Alright, welcome folks. We are returning back to our playthrough of Religious Celts that I've called the Book of Kells. This should be part 5. Whether you're here watching live or if you're catching the recording on YouTube, glad to have you here. We're going to go ahead and load up the save game file. I haven't played through this since last week as before. Now, the main thing that we did in the last session was slowly and laboriously take control of Barbarian Island off in the far northwest. So it should be finished settling that. I believe there's one settler that's still on its way, but by and large, we have control of that. And in today's session, we'll see where we go, but I think that the direction I'm headed in is, yeah, the Scythians. They were a powerful opponent. I think the direction that I'm going in is to start building up some military. So yeah, we now have the whole island under our control. There is one more spot we're going to found. The settler is on board right here to grab this spot. And I believe we did we civic swapped right at the end of the last session. Because we had finished, so I went into theocracy and nationhood to draft. I just need to think here for a second. So I want to be flipping back and forth between a nationhood for 5 turns to do a draft cycle, and then into free speech. When I'm in free speech, I should be running caste and mercantilism. And when I'm in nationhood, I should be running slavery and free market. And organized religion. Yeah. No, when I'm in nationhood, I run slavery, free market, theocracy. Oh, but I want to line up slavery to match when I'm in organized religion. So slavery should not be when I'm in nationhood. Because I want to be whipping with organized religion in play. Well, we'll think about it. All right, let's take a quick look at my cities. So the capital can probably do something more useful than this. I think I'd rather have it build some calves than... Now, is this 2 free specialists? Oh yes, that's right. I have 2 free specialists thanks to Statue of Liberty. Okay. Let's have you get a stable out. It will obsolete relatively soon. Well, actually no, not until advanced flight. That's a long time away. But I'd rather have you building cavalry. I want cities to build... building this. Alright, you are regrowing after your latest draft. I think I just drafted you, didn't I? Yes, just drafted on the previous turn. So yeah, you're regrowing to size 6 after your draft, and hoping that we're going to get control of this tile shortly. Let's see how close it is in terms of culture points, but I think it's going to get this tile back shortly. Yeah, I'm only 40 culture points down, 98.90 against 98.50, and the Hermitage should flip it in our direction permanently. Okay, this city also drafted. Finish the jail. All right, you're at my heroic epic city. You're just going to crank calves for the time being. Security Bureau is not really needed, but for the time being, we'll let it finish. This is another calf production center for sure, because it's got 20 base production. That's 25 with the forge. That is a 5-turn cav build. This city's doing the same thing. Another strong city. In terms of production, at least. Yeah, you're also working on that. I already queued up the specialist. I'm just getting reacquainted. You are in a position where you're going to be whipping. I might not really be running slavery too much longer, because we're kind of getting past the days of slavery, but some of these new cities can benefit from it. I think I passed on that before. For 4 pop. Although... yeah, I think I'd prefer to 3 pop whip that next turn. Maybe wait another turn. This city just slowly growing population. You're going to be building units. I just whipped here. This city doesn't have any food. Although it does have windmills. Actually, the production's not awful with those windmills. Need to get a forge in here. All right, you were, and then these are the new cities. Okay, you need to whip the lighthouse, but yeah, you need to whip the lighthouse, but we need to wait until next turn. Also, some of these cities need to get like a library so I can run scientist specialist when I'm not in caste system. And I just whipped the forge there. Just whipped the granary here. Yep. You just got started. Just starting out. Okay. The struggle for the North Islands was pretty funny. Yeah, so I'm building... any city that's going to build calves is getting a stable. Because you want the extra... the stables are cheap when you want the extra XP. So who is the most likely target? I mean, it's hard to ignore the fact that Freddy is like so intertwined with the rest of my Civ. And he's someone we would... he is one of the people who defends himself the least, so it's pretty hard to ignore that. Let's see. You know, instead of scientists, I should probably run artists here to try to get control of that tile. Not for this city, but for... because it's not that big of a difference in science. Like, it is 2 fewer beakers. The artists are 4 beakers. The scientists are 6. But the difference in culture is from 13 per turn. Oh, wait, I don't have a... never mind, I don't have a theater yet. Okay. Well, I know what we're building next, then. I was like, actually, I can't do that. I don't have a theater. Even though this slows down growth by a lot, I'd still rather work this tile, because it's a much better tile. Alright. Stable. Cav. Wow, this city has base production 31? Oh my god. Wow, this is a good city. 31 base production. So we get plus 25% from the forge. So that's 38 per turn base. Wow, that's almost enough for just 3-turn calves. Actually, you know what? If I run a engineer specialist here, then yeah, it's enough for 3-turn calves. Holy cow. Well, we'll just do that for a little while. This is base production 24. That's a good amount because that gets us up to 30, and then that's 4-turn calves with nothing wasted. When do we start preparing for Diplo victory? So Diplo victory, the best way to get a Diplo victory would be to amass more votes for myself and then just try to make it so I only need 1 AI to vote for me. Like if I could win with just the votes from Augustus and just the votes from Alex, that would be the goal, because I'm not going to pull votes from Portugal. I'll be up against Portugal in the UN vote. But like if I could take over Germany and maybe take over the Native Americans, I might be able to win just with votes from these 2. That might be enough to get to the 2/3. We'll see. Now here I've got the forge, and I've got the theater, so I can run artist specialist. So that's pretty good. I think I'll go for the library next here. This city just grows onto water tiles. Now you're done with work boats, so the next thing you need is probably the lighthouse. Just because I'm running out of land tiles here. Yeah, I think the lighthouse. It's also relatively cheap. Although, the library gets me... the library gets me a scientist specialist, so I guess we'll delay that for right now. Alright, so you're growing... That's fine for right now. We're going to run the engineer over the citizen, obviously. And since we have the engineer specialist, I don't see as much of a need for a scientist. Let's get the courthouse next, because this city has high maintenance. Alright, we finished the granary. Next up, I think, is a library, so we can run a scientist specialist when we're in mercantilism. Okay, so let's turn on science. We're picking up liberalism so we can run free speech, and then I'm probably going to grab economics because it's also cheap, and then I can run free market. So yeah, we want to try to configure this so that when we're in nationhood, we're also running theocracy and probably free market. And then when we're not in nationhood, we run free speech, we run caste, and maybe pacifism. Maybe pacifism. Although that might start to become... Oh, whoops. I forgot I was farming that. I thought I would farm this tile first, but I did not move the worker that way. Alrighty. So it sucks to bulldoze this tile, but I need it for the food. So goodbye, Hamlet. For right now, I'm just going to have military units gather here in Coppola's vineyard. Alright, now you can upgrade to a rifle, can't you? Yeah, let's do that. Alright, we've got a musket defender, and then we've got a random catapult that we can take back with us. So do we have defenders for every city here? Musket, 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 musket. I don't have a defender for this city, so I do need... we can... You know, Mayflower's going to hit size 6. We can draft out a rifle and send it up there. The next draft round can take care of that. Okay. So this workboat's going here. These workers were roading, and they're going to connect that. Also, you need to whip that lighthouse. Oh, we also need a workboat for this spot, too. Well, Peach Shanty can build the lighthouse for that spot. It'll take too long to move up there anyway. From down to the south. Oh yeah, you mean when we lost this spot, Dortmund, by a hair? We lost it by like 2 turns, roughly. It was close. But we're getting close to having dominant culture on this tile, and since Freddy's also running my religion, the odds are pretty high for a flip. I mean, maybe it'll flip, maybe it won't, but we'll see. I also wanted to whip this city, so because I wanted to whip it for 3 pop, not for 4. There we go. But I want my free specialist to be an artist. Trying to keep pressure on that city. Alrighty, so let's see. So Port Spud. I'd rather have the extra production here. We should probably windmill this tile because both cities can work it. Alright. So we drafted the first 3 cities last turn. We drafted Animal Farm and Ve Victus. Oh, by the way, we were 40 culture points down last turn. Now we're 14 down, so we made up 6. It's that close. And we drafted Dune Brigid. So now we start drafting these. Oh, do I want to draft this city? Well, it's about to... Yes, I do, because it's about to grow anyway. Like, it'll just grow right back to size 13. And the city's out of good tiles to work anyway. It's already... Yeah. So, yes. Well, that one was a closer call. I'm sure Freddy has taken the free great scientist at physics. We have no... so we're not going to get... We definitely do not get the communism or physics prizes because we're trying to avoid scientific method. It obsoletes monasteries. And with the monk economy, that's going to be a big loss. So I'm sure that he has already... If he hasn't grabbed it yet, he's going to shortly. So he has scientific method. He can research electricity. So yes, he already has the physics great... he already has the physics great scientist. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to research electricity. So good question, but yes, he already has that. Okay, so here we're just drafting off a scientist specialist. That's not much of a loss. The city will just start growing back. So we're going to start stacking up some military power in a hurry here with the draft and with our building of cavalry. Similar story here. This city would just draft off, I guess, this tile, and it'll just grow back pretty quickly. Yeah, it grows back in 3 turns, so our power will start stacking up. We're at 539. Yeah, here we are down here. So Freddy's right there. Freddy is also very weak. Right now, Portugal's at war with Alex and with Tokugawa. So for the time being, that's great. We just don't want Portugal to start rolling over enemies and becoming unstoppable. Like, Portugal took a big loss earlier, but now their power's on the rise. I wish we knew what was going on down there, but we don't. So I'm not building any new monasteries, but I don't want to obsolete the ones I already have anytime soon if I can avoid it. So I will put off researching scientific method for as long as possible. Ideally, we would hit Freddy before he gets 2 rifles. That would be ideal. All right, we built the stables, so now on to calves. Base production's a little bit low right now, but that's because the city's regrowing. And I'm working on these water tiles. Like, I can always cancel these water tiles if I want, and run engineer specialist. For right now, I'm going to keep cranking out the calves. I also do want to get cannons, but they're not available as a build choice yet. So in the meantime, calves are the best unit I can build. Anyway, university done here. And next up, probably the bank, because that gives me the most economic benefit. Actually, we should do the barracks because we're going to be drafting. Might as well get that extra experience point when we're in theocracy. All right, you need to build the workboat for this city, for that city up north, for Spitsbergen. Oh wait, I already had a workboat here. Did I have a workboat? Oh, never mind. So there was apparently a workboat on a go-to order already there. Yeah, there we go. This is what we want. Now all of a sudden we have food with the lighthouse. And I can probably chop the granary, and then at that point the city's off and rolling. So we do not... Oh, nice. Also, Sitting Bull completing Versailles, that makes him a more attractive target. That means that we would not have to suffer maintenance costs, and it's even conveniently placed right in the middle of his territory. But anyway, Portugal losing a city is fantastic. Let's see if we can get an updated world map. Alright, well, he's not willing to trade. He's not willing to trade. Okay. So yeah, we should, next time we send a missionary down there, we'll have to check that out. But yeah, Portugal losing a city is great. Braga was captured. It was like right here. Fantastic. Slow the leader down. Okay. Meanwhile, Pete Shanty does not have to build that anymore. So why don't you build the forge? Because that'll also get you an engineer specialist instead of the citizen specialist. Give me 10 to 15 turns to build these units. So what do I need to do? I need to get... I want to grab liberalism and economics. And then we probably want to go chemistry, steel. I wouldn't mind corporation for the extra trade route too. Oh, and so I can build Wall Street. Yeah, I probably should grab economics, corporation, and then hit chemistry, steel. I could also build some catapults and just upgrade them to cannons. Oh wait, what the? Is there an island down there? There must be, otherwise we wouldn't be able to see that culture. Either that or there's a city that... No, never mind, it's probably just a city here. Well, we'll have to explore that. Alright, so I wanted to improve this tile, because both cities can work this. Finally got a lumber mill on this tile. It's not a good tile or anything, but it gets this city to 16 base production with the engineer, and that's pretty good. Like, with the forge, 20 per turn is enough to build things in a reasonable time. Alrighty, so we got that done. Other cities that need improvement. I think down here at Dune Bridget, I can at least road up some of these tiles in case I would ever need to move through them. Oh, look what happened. The tile flipped back. Holy cow, yay! Suddenly we have a city again, you guys. The tile flipped back, hooray! Like I said, we finally have a city again. 1088 against 1076. Nice. Take that, Antium. Now, if I can get a theater in here, we might even be able to get this tile, which would be awesome. Okay. Well, let's come down here and see what I can do at these cities. Like, these workers don't have a ton to do at the moment. You know what I could do? I could do that long-awaited road down here to grab the ivory. Like, they're kind of waiting until we get railroads. All right, so you hop on board. Oh, we're gonna need a name for this city, you guys, by the way. We've got a new city being founded. I want to leave one galleon behind here because I want to have one galleon that will be used to ferry draftees down to the south. And then this galleon can carry that catapult and this rifle. Oh, this was going to be Northern Lights. That's right. I forgot. We do have a leftover name from the last session. It was going to be Northern Lights. We had already agreed on that, so my bad. Alrighty, so we need to pop the borders. So we're going to build culture here. That'll at least get the borders to pop in a couple turns. Too bad we're not in caste system. We could pop the borders like instantly, but not in caste system right this minute. There we go. And you are just going to defend there. All right, so we're going to get the marble connected. Although it's kind of later in the game than you would really make much use of marble anyway. Alrighty. So we're going to have a lot of overflow from liberalism. I'm hoping that I can one-turn economics next turn. Yeah, I should be able to, might be able to one-turn economics next turn. Alrighty, so I have more drafts to do. This was the last city I drafted before, so... Come on, game. Don't freeze on me. Okay, so Valley of Kells. This is great. It'll just draft off one of those specialists. Let's have you hang out here for right now. We can decide where to send you after that. Alright, so we're still at 33. Yep, still taking those calves out quickly. Lapland should definitely draft. It'll grow right back. Yeah, it'll just grow back instantly. Grow right back onto that tile. Nice. I'll put you on a go-to order down here. It's our next city. Jameson Town. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to need to ferry some of these. Actually, you know what? Some of these units probably should stick around because I might need them to take this city here. I'm going to need to... Oh, and these caravels. My caravels, I should start moving back towards my waters because it'll take them a little while to get there. Where are all my caravels? All right, there's two that are still on exploration duty, and then there's two up here in the north that we're fog busting, because these are going to be we're going to want to upgrade these to frigates, so let's just move them down here ahead of time. And I had a galleon over here. We're just going to start getting these ships ready. Other galleons that aren't doing anything right now. Okay, I've got several that are on their way back. Okay, I think that they are mostly on their way. Oh, this one's bringing 2 missionaries. Okay. That's right, we do need to convert some of these cities. Alright, so we drafted this turn. Should be able to get through just about all... Should be able to get through all my cities, and then we can flip into free speech. So hopefully in this game I'm getting a chance to show
Any
spiritual to a little bit more effect.
A little liberty to gain a little security will deserve neither and lose both.
Alright, so as said, the plan was to one-turn economics this turn. Alright, we just finished a stable, so build me some calves. Now this might look slow, but the city will go up to 18 base production next turn, because it'll grow onto this tile. Wow, a lot of fighting going on. Oh, wow. J-Man is not doing well. He just lost 2 cities. This is fantastic as long as the war doesn't go on too long. It's like, yes, fight each other. Oh boy. Oh no. Look at that shark fin. Whew. Also, it begins. Dun dun dun. It begins. Yeah, so let's see what's going on over here. Now remember, I can't. Caravels are one of the very few units you can move in enemy territory, even if you don't have an open borders agreement. Yeah, don't mind us. We're just gonna chill here. Should flip control of this tile in a turn or two. Yeah, we're only like 30 culture points behind. So I don't know what happened. Let's look at their techs real quick. Let's just see if someone has a tech lead. So J-Man does not have rifles. Tokugawa can research it. Well, Alex doesn't have rifles either. Freddy can research replaceable parts, so he doesn't have rifles. Not that rifles really stop calves if you've played this game a lot. Like, they don't really stop them. In this city, I really do hope that someday... You know what? We'll just do this so we can finish the theater next turn. I really am looking forward to biology farms at this city, so we actually have enough food to do stuff someday. I guess for the time being, we can farm another one of these grassland tiles. We've been rolling well on these Judaism spreads too. So most of my cities have, most of my domestic cities have Judaism now. Although I think we're not going to be. All right, this was the missionary I was expecting to fail. I sent an extra missionary up there because I thought it would probably fail. All right, so cities of mine that don't have Judaism. Like, I'm hesitant to spread it too much in other AI territory because I don't want them actually leaving this religion for diplomatic purposes. Down there, none of those cities have converted, but let's just send it to a closer target, like Rome. All right, you hop on board. Okay. Just make sure that I got this right. All right, so this ship now has both of the defending units on it. Let's send you on an order back here for now. And the other galleon is going to hang out over here by Mayflower to take draftees along down the road. Anyway, all right. So we've almost got this road built through here. Okay, Trafalgar will grow onto that tile. I guess I'll road wall in there. Okay, and Revenge has now finished this. So, as much as it hurts to swap off this tile, we are going to work this because it gets us up to +5 food surplus, and now we can grow onto that tile, and then go on to windmills from there, probably. But I think Mayflower needs improvement first over Revenge, because Revenge has some tiles to grow onto. Oh, also Peach Shanty should be working this tile. Let's just work the water tiles for right now. Until we can whip the forge, which does not have the population to do yet. Alright. Last city that we drafted was, I believe, Jameson Town. Because Dune Potato I did not draft. Wait, if ever there was a city that was ripe for drafting, it's this one. Just tons of food and nothing else. Now, it's not going to have a promotion, but that's okay. And the dump, which pretty much doesn't serve any purpose other than just to build pop. It'll grow that back. And Wild Rice just will draft off a scientist specialist, so that's fine. I mean, the rifle drafts are a little too cheap in this game. Also, what is this worker doing here? Built a fort on this tile. Okay, buddy. Well, if we can get Stuttgart under our control, it'll matter then, I guess. Yeah, these cities are still defended by longbows. Like, Cavs will just absolutely rip through them. And that should be the last draft I have for this turn. Yeah. Pulp du Celt, though, I want to draft, but it doesn't have quite enough yet. Well, it'll get there before the end of this draft cycle. Alright, so we'll finish economics.
Compound interest is the most powerful force in the universe.
With J-Man losing some cities and my cities over on Barb Island starting to grow and contribute, we're getting to the point where we actually might overtake him on score. I think the short-term plan is to prepare for an attack on Germany. If conditions change, we can always do something else, but I think that's the immediate plan. All right, so yeah, now you're up to 24 culture per turn. And, I mean, I guess you just work on this long term. But it might not hurt to have another city that can train Jewish missionaries, a city that's not really good for much. So maybe I'll just do this, and the culture will be helpful temporarily too. All right, just get another city long term that can build missionaries. All right, you are building calves for the time being. I think we have a decent galleon capacity. I will switch this city over to building frigates once we can build frigates, because I'll upgrade my caravels, but I'm going to need more frigates to deal with their navy. But I can't build that unit yet, so since I can't build the unit, we'll go with calves instead. All right, I think you just finished your stable, so trust me, you can never have too many calves. Base production's 20. That sounds fine. I could get it to 22 with... I could get it to 22 with the engineer, but that's fine. I'm just going to keep you on cavalry. I could also be spamming Jewish missionaries, but it's whatever. Like, the city can 3-turn calves, which is amazing. Alright, we finished a jail. Boy, wow, this city's... Let's get the barracks so that the next draft will come out with the extra XP. And we might just want to start working mines here soon to get actual production. Like, we can get up to 20 production per turn. Let's let this grow to size 13, and then I'll work the 2 mines, and we'll be at 20 production per turn. That's quite good. Maybe I'll build some catapults and then upgrade them later. Yeah, so we gain control of this tile now, too. That's nice. Don't have enough food to work it, but Dortmund might be starving soon. Lapland, don't work this tile. What are you doing? Oh, it's because I had emphasized food turned on. Caesar adopted uni suffrage. Okay. Oh, emancipation. That's unfortunate. We're going to start getting emancipation on happiness. Blah. So Toku signed peace. I wonder if there was a city in the peace treaty. I really wish I could see. But these guys won't give me their maps for whatever reason. Like, he won't sign his map over, and we know Toku won't. So he's still at war. We have enough espionage points now to see that Augustus is heading down the rifling route. Alright, missionaries are here. So which cities here don't have Christianity yet? Hold on. So Revenge, we want to make sure Revenge definitely. And out of these other cities, maybe Spitsbergen? No, Spitsbergen's already has a religion. We might, the dice roll could fail there, and that's probably not worth it. Well, definitely Revenge. Maybe Apache's annex. We'll have to make sure our religion spreads to the other cities. Alright, as I said, I think Mayflower needs help more. Yeah, especially because a chop here would probably finish the library. Yeah, let's get you workers over to that tile. Although you can get some work done on the way by roading this tile to avoid wasting a turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, now you can get to that turn. Tile. I'll turn off science for 1 turn here. Getting a little more intel down here. Actually move next to Essen on turn 1 of a war. Although it is a city on a hill, so the odds wouldn't be great, but would be amusing. Still, the city we would need to capture would be Hamburg. Essen's borders extend up to here. Yeah, take Essen, Hamburg and Essen. Take these cities once they're isolated, and then punch into the core. These cities you probably would want to attack via navy anyway. With naval landings would be an easier way to go. Alright, this can just sit here for the time being until the borders expand, which should be next turn. Yeah. And then we'll work that tile. This city, Northern Lights, is never going to be much, but wanted to take advantage of the territory up here. Alright, let's get that marble quarried. Spitsbergen isn't going to be much of a city either, but... Alrighty, so we drafted the dump last turn and wild rice. So this city is not size 6, so we can't draft it yet, but that's something we'll be able to fix pretty quickly. Port Spud is also not large enough to draft, but maybe the next cycle. Working the pre-specialist because it's the best option. Mayflower, though, can be drafted. Just drafting off a crummy tile. So this will give me a unit that can go defend that city up there, Spitsbergen. And I don't think any of the other cities are large enough to be drafted yet. Some of them will have to wait for the next cycle. So yeah, we're gonna pop out a nationhood next turn, and I also want to get any whips done that I can next turn, and then hopefully drop slavery as well. Do you ever use enough concentrated espionage? No, I generally don't do that. I'm not big on spies. I don't think they're great for the gameplay, but I will. There's been requests to do an espionage game, and I'll see if I can do that at some point in time. So no, I generally don't. By the way, Freddy has quite a few ships, so I'm definitely going to need a bunch of frigates if we're going to go to war with him. Yep, 4-turn cabs out of this city. So in terms of power, remember how we were dead last in power? Now we're number 4. Yeah, J-Man took a beating, and look, now we've passed our nearest neighbors. We're still below the 3 that have been fighting, but we're catching up very quickly. Alright, first things first, we'll spread our religion and revenge. I guess Apache Annex. Up here at Northern Lights, there we go. Now we actually have a spare Wales resource to trade. This city will need to, we can get this city all up and running by chopping some of these forests. Chop these forests, and that should be enough for granary plus lighthouse, and that's kind of all the city needs. It's never going to be much of a city, but it'll do its best to contribute. I'll route this tile while I'm here. Alright, so we've got a couple galleons we'll be able to use for naval operations. We've got another galley down here, which we probably should just upgrade to galleon. It's not like it costs a lot. Will be needed. I mean, there's, like I said, Freddy has a lot of ships, so. Alright, I have 1 galleon here stationed to return units. I probably only need 1. I don't think I need 2 galleons there, so let's bring another ship home. This southern part of the coast is one of the few areas we never got to explore. So we're trying to get visibility on some of the Japanese cities down there. Alright. Let's see, so Port Spud, why don't you work that tile? 12 production. You know, working a gazillion windmill tiles is not the worst thing. They're not that bad as far as tiles go. All right, and so now we're going to look to do a civic swap. So in this, I was going here to check what the shrine was. The shrine is now at 55 gold per turn. So that's also part of the reason why we're going for corporation, is we want to get Wall Street in play. All right, so I was able to draft this city, Pulp to Celt, because it had hit size 6. Move this over here so we have another real defender. And now I wanted to look through and see if there's any place I wanted to use slavery before I flip out of what I've got here. Don't want to whip the dump. Pulp to Celt, maybe. Like, the last whip duration hasn't worn off, but that's okay. How about up here, though? Spitsbergen. I mean, it's going to finish its granary soon enough. Maybe not. Shanty Pete for the forge, but it doesn't have enough pop yet. I would whip this, but it's not available as an option. These other cities are too immature. Maybe Mayflower for the library. Actually, yes. And then we'll be able to get a... work that cottage. Then we'll be able to get a scientist specialist here. Alright, so we did the whips that we wanted to. So now we're going to go into free speech, caste system, stay in mercantilism, and... I don't think I want... let's see how expensive pacifism is. Because I don't think I want organized religion here, because I'm not going to be whipping. Let's see how expensive this is. Because you do have to pay for every military unit. Probably it's too expensive. Alright, now we've got to do a quick reconfiguration of my cities. Probably want to run this, just because I'd rather increase the odds of an engineer being born, or just something that's not a scientist being born. All right, here, yeah. Now we're at 87 culture per turn here, with the double artist specialist plus. And the nice thing is, this city's about to grow. Yeah, I do want to work this tile. That looks good there. Yeah, 48 culture per turn. Oh, all of a sudden now we're culturally strong. Now we're pushing people around with our culture. That's good there. That's just looking. Yeah, that's good there. Let's start getting some more production here. There we go. 20 production per turn. I'll take that. Also, I can now reassign this to here and give that tile over to this city here. Well, I guess it doesn't matter for right now, but gives it another tile to work. Okay. Now, the one thing about spiritual is it is a micro-intensive trait. You do have to micro your cities a lot. Yeah, 47 culture per turn. Now, if I were to run another artist, 57 per turn? Alright. Let's keep running these until we hit the cat one growth. 32 per turn there. Turn calves. Yep, we'll run that specialist. That works. You should run the artist as well. Actually, here that culture doesn't matter because we're not competing with any other civs up here. So, science. Again, I'd run the engineer, but it's not an option. Engineer is good here, because that gets me to... Well, I guess the forge isn't done yet. For right now, I'm filling up the granary, so I want you to fill up that granary and grow faster. So unfortunately, that means not working the horse style, but it is what it is. That looks good there. That's good. Actually, no, here I do want the borders to pop to that third ring. All right. I'd like the borders to just pop out to another ring just so I have a little bit more vision. And it's not a huge difference in beakers. Okay, so we'll finish corporation, and then the capital can, I think I'll save up the overflow here and put it into Wall Street. Okay, cav done. I said save up the overflow. All right, now that we've got that, you can go back to, I think the bank gives us the biggest bang for our buck here. All right, library, give me a forge. Probably should have done the forge before the library, but it's okay. All right, library here, forge. Then we're gonna need a courthouse for sure. City Bull's Golden Age has ended. Alright, well we were able to explore the Japanese coastline a bit. And we do have a galleon here. I'm wondering if we'll be able to have enough units to overrun this city on like the first turn of the war. Might be able to. It would be nice if I had something for collateral that maybe Jameson Town builds a catapult, or like build 2 catapults and then upgrade them into cannons and then easily capture this city right away. Can probably handle itself. Alright, though, we've got another lighthouse built. It's really a shame no city can work this tile. Yeah, I will bring these guys down here and they'll work on roading over to that ivory, because why not? There's nothing else important to do right now. Another city with our religion present. So by the way, when you have a whole bunch of cities turning out cabs like every 3 or 4 turns, you do build up your military power pretty quickly. Honestly, I kind of like the windmills here. These cities are not... I guess this city has a fair bit of food. I was going to bulldoze this and replace it with the windmill, but let's improve a tile that hasn't already been improved, shall we? And I've got our City Raider 3 rifle here. Alright, so we'll work this tile now that it's been improved. It's not a great tile or anything, but... well, yeah, it'll get the granary done faster. Alrighty, so nothing to draft this turn. We're just finishing a number of builds. I'm going to take a quick look at Freddy. He still doesn't have replaceable parts yet, so that's good news. So a couple people have scientific method. Obviously everyone has archery up on us. But our tech has really come along in recent turns.
Corporation. Noun.
Wall Street is expensive, but we do have a good production capital.
Individual profit without individual responsibility.
All right, now that we have that, chemistry, steel, and then we're going to upgrade. Then we're going to get some frigates to sweep the seas clear of Freddy's ships, and cannons so we can knock out his city defenses. That's part of the reason why I'm building the cabs now. Is right now I can build cabs, I can't build those other units. But like I said, we're going to do a couple catapults here. And then the second round of draftees, that would give us like 6 rifles and 2 cannons. That's enough to take that city for sure. And I'm also going to improve tiles on the border here while I can. Let's join this ship together with our main force over here. Usually better to keep your forces concentrated. I'm going to send a couple caravels down there to the south. All right, over here, we're going to windmill this tile. Now, Revenge should have grown onto that tile. Good, it did. That was the tile I wanted it to grow onto. I guess it can grow onto these plains tiles until I can manage to get more windmills tossed down here. We should windmill that tile next. I think these workers that are up here can come down south and help out. All right, now we have marble connected, so yay. Faster, faster hermitage here. Double the production. With the extra culture we're pumping out, hopefully we're getting closer to this tile. We're about 600 culture points behind on this, but I think with us making 50 culture per turn here and 87 culture per turn here, I think we'll catch up pretty quickly. All right, so let's actually have you guys chop out stuff to get Northern Lights going. All right. Finish that farm there. All right, how about this city here? Okay, so it's grown onto its 2 initial good tiles. Now let's windmill these tiles. So you go the forest chops will also finish the granary and help that city get started. Chop. All right, so turn off science. You start building Wall Street. And we're going to increase your production here because I want to get this done quickly. Okay, maybe not into starvation, but... All right, 15 turns, that's not too bad. Especially with me not being in bureaucracy, which I'm not going to go back into. So yeah, we'll just work on this. It's worth a ton of gold. So... let's see. We get 60 gold per turn from our shrine buildings. So Wall Street's worth at least another 60 gold per turn. And then plus whatever we're running on the slider. So yeah. 56, yeah. 2 gold per turn, 2 gold per turn, 56 gold per turn. That's pretty valuable. By the way, we're at 0% science and we still get 300 beakers per turn, thanks to all our specialists. Pretty good. Alright, Cav here. Again, as soon as we finish chemistry, I'm going to switch over to building frigates out of this city. Alright, now this city probably doesn't need a lot more. I guess we'll just do the market. This city's far enough away from the front lines that it's mostly just staying on infrastructure. Okay. Let's see. So you should probably do a forge next. And this city definitely needs a courthouse with its 16 maintenance per turn. Alright, you're gonna chop there. You're one of the frigates I want to send into the southern sea, so I have a naval presence there. And oh, it looks like we've completely explored the whole Arctic, except a little bit up there. But yeah, we've explored it all. So why don't you come down here, and we'll upgrade you into a frigate, and then you can head towards the front lines too. Because I think we can finish chemistry next turn. Oh, we're so close. I'll put a city on research to make sure we finish it. Okay. Work that tile over that tile. Alright, I'll send a pair of these to chopping. You can come down here and help out somewhere else. Maybe help this group with windmilling. Windmills take a little bit of extra worker labor to produce. Alright, so Trafalgar, again, I want it to be at +5 food per turn, so that's why I'm working these. And then it can grab the... even though this is, of course, a better tile, That way it'll fill up the food box more quickly. Alright, so Apache Annex. That gets the granary down to 10 turns. And then it'll grow onto this tile as a windmill, which will help finish it. Actually, we can work that tile next turn, and that'll finish the granary quickly. Do you want to fort those 2 tiles on the island? So probably one day we'll fort these 2 tiles, but it's a low priority because there's not much need to move ships through here. Right now, with a lot of these cities growing and needing improved tiles to work, there's much more important things for the workers to do. So that's what it's always like a balancing act of. When there's a lot of different jobs to do, like what's more important? And at this point, it's just a low priority, as I said. All right, so let's have you hang out here. Alrighty, so we are like extremely close to finishing that. So where is a city that's not building something too important? You know what, you, Lapland, you're not super important. There we go. So just the extra 20 beakers was enough to finish the tech. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then I can start building frigates and upgrading my caravels to frigates because caravels are not going to be useful anymore.
Means the difference
I don't have any workshops right now, so that's not going to do anything.
The abundant life.
Frigates are great units. Make a huge difference. And now we can go on to steel and get our cannons in play. Although that's going to be a little bit more expensive, especially because I'm going to have to burn some money upgrading caravels into frigates. All right, I'll now do the Christian Cathedral here because why not? I can't think of a better place to put it. Extra culture. And we have a border we're trying to push back. I think you just stay on cabs. You're far enough from the front lines that it would take too long to move units down there. Alright, you are going to do another catapult that will become a frigate. How about you how about you produce a couple catapults? I can 2-turn them, and they'll become cannons. Alright, so we're going to turn science off for a turn or 2 to upgrade stuff. Freddy completes the... Freddy. Oh, I love you, man. He's like, yep, I'm going to build the Kremlin. I was like, please, please. If you didn't want me to attack you, you should not have built some of these wonders. Let's just look at what Freddy has in Germany right now. So he's got the Hanging Guard, or the Great Lighthouse, but that's been obsoleted. I guess he doesn't have as many as I thought. Portugal has a ton of these. He has a shrine for Confucianism. Hagia Sophia, that's nothing special. He has the Taj Mahal, that won't help me. Okay, so the Kremlin's kind of the only one that's really important. The Great Lighthouse was a big deal earlier, but it's already been obsoleted for me. Hagia Sophia is going to obsolete soon, too. Freddy's looking very tasty indeed. So it's 110 to upgrade a caravel into a frigate. That's the first one finishing. I've got 3 more. I want to upgrade all of them. So like I said, it's going to take like 1 turn's worth of production to do that. This one I probably should send back to my home water so I can upgrade it. It's done its job exploring. Alright, this one too. Good news is Freddy does not have any frigates. He has a lot of... Oh wait, yes he does. What the... Okay, well that's going to make things more difficult. I was like, the good news is he doesn't have frigates. And Freddy's like, actually I do. So I am going to need to build a lot of ships because he is going to have... It's going to be a battle for the seas. And if I want to be able to land my units near some of these cities, like, I don't want to walk from Hamburg to Munich. I want to load my units on a ship and then just drop them off next to Munich. And, like, why spend turns walking through all these tiles? But we'll play it by ear. That's what the galleons are for. To be able to move units around quickly. Anyways, that's the most upgrades I can do for this turn. Too bad we don't control this tile. Otherwise, we could just move. Like, if we controlled this tile culturally, we could just move to, like, here and immediately hit Hamburg. But wow, that city is not well defended at all. Also, it's too bad that this is a hill tile. If this wasn't a hill, Cavs could just... Oh, never mind. Even if it wasn't a hill, Cavs couldn't hit the city. And a strong navy also would line up well with a potential attack on the Native Americans. That is true. All right, so we've got 4 galleons here. All right, so we cleared that out. Let's road the tile first in case we have to get out of here. All right, windmill. All right, here we're chopping for Northern Lights, try to get that granary done. Chop will mostly finish that granary. All right, how long until we can flip civics? Next turn we can start another draft cycle. And then once those draftees are up at the front lines, that's kind of the go button time. Because then that'll double our allotment of rifles. Unfortunately, that does mean we're going to lose our huge extra culture, but it is what it is. Also, I don't think pacifism is what I want to run long term. Like, it's just too expensive with the military units I've been building. Just looking here to see if there's anything else I want. I am going to need some more cannons too. These cities can probably swap from Cavs over to cannons and just crank out some of them, because that's going to be my other most needed unit. Since they're not coastal cities, they can't build frigates. I'm mostly thinking Coppola's fine can just supply me with the frigates that I need beyond the upgrades. As let's see, in terms of caravels, I have 2 frigates upgraded now, 2 more to upgrade. And then if I build like 3 or 4 more, I mean, I think that should be sufficient to deal with Freddy's ships. He is an AI, so he won't use them very intelligently. Okay. I mean, he's still running around with swords. And we do need to get a move on because we don't want him to get up to rifles. I mean, he probably will hit them before we can finish things off, but... This frigate's somewhat out of position. Oh man, J-Man's still fighting. He just generated a great general. What does the power bar graph look like anyway? Ooh, he's actually slipped down below Toku now, although Toku's at peace with him. I believe Alex is the one who's still at war, but look at us. Yeah, we're catching up to the leaders quickly now that we've actually started investing in military power. So, caravels. There's one over here that I need to upgrade. Here we go. We need to push on to steel. Okay, so I've got 2 frigates and a galleon down here. Let's move 1 other galleon down in this area. Oops. Just move them down 1 tile. Oops. Control click for all the same type. My city defended by a warrior. Alright, you are coming back to get upgraded, but you have a longer journey ahead of you. Yay, Northern Lights. Granary in 3 turns now. So we want to do a little bit more chopping so that we can finish the granary and the lighthouse, which is what that city needs. Okay, now you swap back to that tile. Oh, you still need the lighthouse too, don't you? I never did Go for the lighthouse. And the forge is halfway done. Well, we'll whip the forge and overflow into the light. Or, you know, we'll probably whip the lighthouse and overflow into the forge. That actually makes more sense. But there's need for you over here by Revenge, which is running out of tiles to improve. It's going to need its own windmills. All right, civic swap time. So, nationhood, slavery, free market because we're dropping. Or do we? Do we even want this? Mercantilism's been pretty good for us, and it does deny the other civs our trade routes. Yeah, I guess I'll stay in mercantilism. I've got the overseas trade routes, and mercantilism's pretty good. All right. Yeah, I can't run pacifism anymore. I have too many military units. Better to run organized religion, or just stick with theocracy even. One of the two. Anyway, so now we can draft. So, start here at Animal Farm. Even though that will slow down Wall Street. It's another city to provide a unit for us. It's okay. Alright. Bay Victus now can, like, actually work tiles. So, we do lose a lot of culture, but that's okay. How close are we getting on this tile, by the way? We're narrowing the gap. Now I was down 600 culture points. Now I'm only down 350. So we're narrowing the gap there. Just drafting them in the same order because why not? Yeah, this city will grow back quickly. Actually, it can grow back in one turn if I do that. One nice thing about being charismatic is I do have a lot of happiness. Like, look how much excess happiness I have. Now, that's a smaller city, but even at a big city like Animal Farm, I have plus 10 happiness here, and that's with Emancipation on happiness. So siege units are low, and the big reason why is I haven't been able to build cannons yet. I'd prefer to just build the cannons as opposed to build cats and upgrade them. But we'll do a little bit of both, I think. So yeah, that siege units of the count's a little low. It's true. But we're getting some catapults out. All right. Now at this point, that gives me 2 that I can upgrade here. I don't really want to build but I can afford to build some kind of military unit here. I don't want to build rifles because I can draft rifles. Maybe ships. Actually, yeah. We'll want to get a dry docks here, but we'll build the frigate first. Okay. I'm also building catapults closer to the front lines because they're just much slower. Cities that are farther away, you should be more willing to build units that are mounted, because they can get to the front lines faster. Okay, here. Actually, no, let's do the barracks first, because that way we can hopefully have the barracks done by the time we draft. Actually, this chop's going to finish the barracks, so yes, we will have it done by the time we draft. Oh, we got another great scientist. That's a bit unfortunate, because we have 2 great scientists. A little bit unfortunate on the dice roll. Because, like, we can use one of these for a... We can use one of these for a golden age. But we need, we already have used the 1-person golden age. So we'll need to get more non-scientist great people if we want to trigger the 2- and 3-person golden age. We should have time to get that finished. Alright, so we've got a little mini navy here. With the draftees out of here, we should have 6 rifles and 2. Oh, we've actually taken control culturally of this tile. I'm just curious. I would guess that the odds to flip this are probably, maybe 6% per turn. I'm just going to peek real quickly and see what the odds are in this city. Come on. I'm going to try not to look at the map. 5%. I guess 6%. I'm trying not to look at the stuff that was revealed in debug mode. So yeah, 5% odds for a revolt, but I don't think we're going to wait that long. So we could flip that if we waited long enough. Now the cannon, or catapult into cannon upgrade's pretty expensive, so I'd like to be able to finish steel next turn. So let's see if we can do 2 turns of research like this. All right, Apache Annex looks good. We're going to need the lighthouse next, but I don't think there's any other improvement to do. Oh, we can do the other windmill. Trafalgar. Are we back in slavery? Yes, we're back in slavery, so I'm going to have to whip some of this stuff. Like, this is a prime city for whipping. Not as prime as Spitsbergen, though, which is the city to whip stuff in. As well as Peach Shanty really needs it for that forge. Alright, cities that can be whipped. So, did we draft this turn? No, we drafted last turn. I should have checked for whips on the previous turn. Also, you work that. That's a much better tile. You are drafting off what? I don't think I want to draft you, because I'd be drafting off this tile. How quickly would I grow back? It would be +3 food per turn. Alright, well, okay. A little bit hesitant to draft at my heroic epic city, but it will grow back in 3 turns. I wish I could do it slightly faster, but I can't. Still, it gets me another unit. That was a questionable one. What does this mean? A huge continent popped up from where you'd already checked. I'm not sure what that means. Well, we will draft off that spy specialist, which never should have been assigned there in the first place. Be gone with you, spy specialist. And this guy's got a long walk, but we'll head down there. Yeah, these cities can mostly afford, like, they can afford to be drafted like once every 10 turns, but that's it. Alright, and cities that can benefit from slavery. Doomed Potato, for sure. Yeah, I should whip this, even though it does cost quite a bit of tiles. Also, we'll work that tile now. So we'll get the bank. This city, oh, this city is already good. Port Spud, actually, you know, Port Spud maybe is not a good candidate for whipping. Because it has production but not food. You want this city, though, for sure wants to be whipped. Alright. Then we'll finish the forge, and then we can run a better specialist. Spitsbergen, as soon as it has enough pop, we will want to whip this. So this city could whip the library, but it would then drop it back to just +4 food. Well, I guess it's already at +4 food per turn, so I guess that's okay. There we go. And then I'll be able to work a real specialist. Okay. So it looks like we have enough to get to steel, and then that will upgrade in the queue. Catapults that are in will get upgraded in queue to cannons, which is what I'm looking for. I'll put you on university, even though it's going to take you a long time to finish that. And please work these towns over the water tiles. Even though it does cost the city food, it's still better. All right, bank done. Mostly just growing pop now. Observatory, I guess. I wish I could get this city to grow. It's 1 food away, but there's no tile I can work that gets it to grow. Alright, library is nice. Just keep growing. You already have the forge, right? So let's put a courthouse on you. A lot of infrastructure getting knocked out in these new cities. It's always fun to see that. Okay, so we've got the granary, lighthouse, the forge. Probably we want the courthouse next. And work the engineer. Thank you. Library. Actually, no, do the temple. And probably the monastery, because we're going to need a city to spread religion on this continent. And we'll be obsoleting monasteries relatively soon. Alright, we're the real specialist, not the joke specialist. I don't need this quite yet. So let's go for the forge instead. It's more expensive, but it will power up all future whips. We'll need the lighthouse here. Similarly, I need the lighthouse. Oh yes, this is another city that needs to be whipped. Probably should do... Oh, but if I whip it, I can't draft it, and I do want to draft this. Well, I guess the whip can wait a little bit. Great General born. So that fighting is still going on between Alex and J-Man, and we have nearly caught J-Man in score. So we need a windmill here. Yeah, we've built up a fair amount of military power now. So we just need to finish steel, and then I need like one turn to upgrade these catapults into cannons, and then I think it's go time. Because Freddy still doesn't have replaceable parts, but at some point he will research that tech. I know that Freddy is really slow to research military stuff, but someday he will. We're closing in on this tile. Yeah, we need to be... We won't make as much progress on that tile until we're back in free speech, but... Alright, so... Copa's Vineyard, Silver Haggis, Piggyback, we all drafted. Alright, Valley of Kells, this will draft off a horrible spy specialist that somehow got assigned. Yeah, we've got quite a few units. I think I have enough to attack Hamburg and Essen simultaneously. Like, I think I have enough units that this stack can hit this city, and then this stack can go for Essen. And then hopefully look to clean up whatever's down here. Alright, so we just drafted this city. Oh my god, why? I'm like, why? Why do you always want spy specialist AI? Oh, this city was still on research. Okay, I forgot to change this city back. That's okay. It wasn't building anything super important. It should actually do the barracks. See, if I'd remembered, I could have... if I'd remembered, I could have had it... finish the barracks by now so that this unit would come out with a promotion, but that's life. It's not that important. Yeah, it'll just grow back. And Jameson Town, yes. A good city to draft. And then next turn we'll... I think these two cities will get drafted next turn, and then they can gather up here, and we'll upgrade these to cannons, and yeah, there's not much Dortmund can do at that point, and then this city will finally be under our control. Alright, so I think I already just did the whips I needed to do, because as I said, I don't want to whip this city, I want to use it for a draft. Like, I can draft these two cities, and then that's two rifles that can hop on this galley and head out to wherever they might be needed. I'd also love to get Port Spud up to size 6 again, but... Actually, no, it's never been drafted. There we go. Port Spud just working those windmills. You know, for a garbage city with no food bonuses, it's done. It's actually turned into something. This was the... Wait, there's 2 injured Freddy Caravels here? What the heck? Hopefully he won't upgrade those to frigates, because they actually have promotions. Well, we'll see. What it's like not to have enough happiness? Yeah, I've done plenty of games where I didn't have enough happiness. Also, we are definitely not declaring war on the Greeks. So here's a harder question. Alex wants me to declare war on Portugal. This would be a way to get bonuses with Alex by declaring war here. However, it would mean giving up any kind of relationship with Portugal afterwards. Yeah, I was wondering what injured those Caravels too. I'm not sure exactly what that was. Because I do like staying on Alex's good side. This will give me another minus if I say no. It's a tough question. Like, if I want Alex to be my ally for the rest of the game, I think I have to say yes here. I said no the first time he asked because I was very weak. But now I'm not really afraid of Portugal. Like, I've got better tech and I've got a lot of units. I don't really think Portugal can threaten me. I think I could declare war on Portugal and just sign peace at the first opportunity. So I think I say yes to this, even though it's a tough call. Is Jamin going to survive? Yeah, I don't see him or Alex. He made peace with Tokugawa, so it's just Alex against Portugal right now. This is points for... All right. So we get the mutual military struggle bonus. So we gain props with him at the cost of now permanently burning any bridges that we ever have with Portugal. I think we'll go for railroad next. Again, we're still ignoring scientific method. Could make a case to go for this for ships of the line, but I think we'll pass. We're still avoiding scientific method for right now. So hopefully we'll be able to sign peace relatively soon. Get out of that war. So Northern Lights finishes its granary now. Obviously it needs a lighthouse. I'm going to abstain from this. We'll see what the AIs choose to do. I don't really care that much. Alright, so let's see if we can get any more resources. And you declared war on our friend. Okay, Freddy. Don't want to ink any new deals with Freddy right now. He won't even sign any deals with me. Alright, whatever. Gotta help prop him up at least a little bit. Also got a -1 for you declared war with our friend, too. Love to get him to declare war on Portugal, but he won't do that. Sure, whatever. Just trying to make sure we have some deals going. One for the Book of the Kells. It was stop the war. Yeah. Alright, so we definitely want that tile. That's much better. Then we need to windmill this tile next. There's a decent chance that this war just stops immediately, which would be fine with me. So the catapult should have been upgraded to cannons in queue, which is perfect. So we've got 2 catapults to upgrade here. This stack only has 1 catapult in it. I'm actually going to shift these 2 up north to this group. There we go. Alright, so that's just about enough to finish the lighthouse there. Maybe we mine one of these tiles so it can work a mine for a little bit of extra production and get that lighthouse done. If the Alex J-Man war ends, we get no mutual love. That's true. But we did get a +1 with him and we avoided a -1. It's true, it's a little unfortunate as I said, but... I understand it would not apply to us because we are not at war with Alex. I know. I understand that that's how it works. Alright, so now that we've improved this tile, we can skedaddle over to the other side of the island. And we've almost connected that ivory. So what's the cost to upgrade this? I know it's a lot. Yeah, 170. Well, we'll have enough to upgrade all these. Just have to run the slider low for a couple turns, or the science slider. Yeah, I'll show the Diplo situation in a second. Good question, or good request. I guess it's not technically a question. All right, so this should be more than enough to overrun Dortmund, and then with the 2 galleons we have here, perhaps we can make a landing at somewhere like Frankfurt, or maybe at Dusseldorf. That might be the next place to go. But I'd have to have enough protection to get them over there. Like capture this city and then load up 2 cannons and 4 rifles and try to take them over here to take this city. Anyway, so we got to finish this draft cycle. Because we've got 6 rifles here. The dump has been a useful city considering how bad it is. Alright, so we draft off that horrendous spy specialist. There we go. That's better. Alright, diplomat situation. So here's my relations. Toku's cautious with me. I'm pleased with Augustus, which is good because he won't declare war at pleased. J-Man now hates me because I declared war on him. Good relations with Freddy, good relations with Augustus, good relations with Alex. Cautious with Sitting Bull. So as far as Frederick, who likes him? This is how people feel about Frederick. Well, Augustus loves him. J-Man likes him. Alex likes him too. Again, mostly because of shared faith. But I could probably get Alex to join me in a war against Sitting Bull and get mutual military struggle there. Do we have a plan to protect these units? Well, yeah, there's a rifle here. The plan is to have this rifle kill this unit if it tries to attack. That's the plan. So I'm not too scared. In a pinch, I could upgrade this to a rifle too. And these cities have 40% defensive bonuses, so reasonably safe. But good question. This city is defended by 1 warrior, but I don't think Freddy can get a unit in position to attack it. And then these cities have some Gallic warriors that in a pinch could be upgraded to rifles. Plus I have these units here. So yeah, a couple turns of running low, Science Slider to upgrade. Oh yeah, and Alex might be willing to attack Freddy at please. That's a possibility too. Alright, just more calves. Like right now, we kind of have a window to build these things too, because we don't really have another building that we need until, I guess we will have levees at Steam Power, but only cities on rivers can build them anyway. So it's not a huge, these 2 cities right on the front lines will just crank cannons for right now. This city, what, has 20, this city has pretty good base production, but the other one up there is like absurd. It failed, interesting. So the war continues. I was expecting this to succeed. Alex even voted yes, but Portugal voted no, amusingly enough. Game's silly sometimes. Alright, well, that's how it works sometimes, I guess. Alright, so here's another frigate. So we've got 3 of them here. Can work together. Or 4 of them now. And this one needs to be upgraded too. So we're going to need another turn. Get this guy this turn. These guys will be upgraded next turn. And then turn 251, I think we go in. Yep, I think that's the plan. Turn 251. Poor Freddy. He's actually been a pretty good neighbor in this game. Very mean of me. Okay, so we drafted these cities last turn. Got Wild Rice. Alright, this city... Oh yeah! Oops. I don't know what happened there. I double-clicked for some reason. Yeah, so, no, I'm not worried about these cities being captured. I have 2 rifles on this island. They're not capturing that, period. Port Spud, I think we'll hit size 6 before this draft cycle ends. Yay, Mayflower's got a unit to contribute. And Revenge can also now contribute. I should have had this ship here, so they can load up and get in the boat. And then this ship is bringing another 2 rifles. Alright. Well, we probably pop out of this, because I've already drafted every city, except Port Spud, so I guess we do pop out of this next turn. So I'm not going to have quite enough. Still got that galley in the inland sea? I don't think so. I upgraded this galley. Oh, I see what you're saying. I still have this galley here. That's true. You know what? We can bring this out and turn it into a galleon. I don't think I need that anymore, because we're gonna have railroads finished soon, and as soon as we have railroads finished, it's just faster to walk through here instead of hopping on board the ship. Like I'll get this rail connection. I guess we're not that close to the, well, we're not that far away from the rails. Like we'll be able to get steam power in probably half a dozen turns. Alright, cav done here. At the risk of spamming too many calves, no, I don't think you can ever really have too many calves. I'd really like to get that dry docks done, but I guess it costs about the same as a frigate. We might as well get the dry docks finished to any city that's really building them. Alright, next up I guess is, no, I was going to say the library, and then I was like, no, wait, monastery? I want a monastery because I want this city to be able to spread the religion. Where is the Christian monastery? There it is. I want this city to be able to spread religion on this island, because we are going to obsolete the monasteries in the near future. Alright, so you need to upgrade. Alright, now they're all cannons. I think I'll just keep this ship here and use it to bombard next turn. Whereas these frigates are more on defensive duty. And look, Freddy's got 3 frigates there. That could be troublesome. Well, maybe we can get him to attack us. Wave hello to the ship passing through in the canal. Hopefully this won't get ambushed by a random wandering German ship. Yeah, this is a pretty good stack here. Okay. Anywhere else I want to whip before I drop out of slavery? I'm so close to being able to whip here. Oh well, I'll just have to wait until the next whip cycle begins. Alright, you work this tile to get the lighthouse done in 3 turns, and then you can work water tiles. Pete Shanty doesn't have enough food. I don't think I want to whip this for 1 pop. No. Wouldn't mind whipping this courthouse, though. Sorry, I just drafted that city. No, not for 3 pop. We'll get it on the next whip cycle. Yeah, this looks fine. Alright, so back to free speech. Back to cast. And I think I'm just going to stay in Theocracy for right now. I want the extra promotion on my units. I want the extra XP. Alright, let me just run through and assign specialists real quick. My mature cities should be fine. Wow, this city's at 120 culture per turn now. Holy cow. That's a lot. That should get us control of this tile pretty soon. Yeah, we're only 100 culture points behind now. Less than 100 culture points behind. Nice. We've been able to fight back against Rome's culture. Okay. Yeah, all these mature cities are fine. It's more that... Wait a minute, I wanted Jameson Town to be working these 2 tiles. So it would have base production of 20 per turn. Now, Jameson Town doesn't control this tile, but if we capture Berlin, then we won't have to worry about that anymore. Okay, Jameson Town. Artist is good there. That looks right. Yeah, I like running the artist here. I think I prefer having the city continue to grow. Port Spud, also known as Windmill Town. That looks good. Here, we'll run the artist. I think it's better to work that tile, so we have at least a little production coming in. Yeah, I think it does need the engineer for some production. That's good. Merchant. I mean, the merchant's not terrible or anything, but that's right until we finish the lighthouse. That's the tile that should work. Does this slow it down? It does slow it down. Okay. So we will actually work the citizen specialist here because it gets the lighthouse done faster, and that's the most important infrastructure. Wall Street's only 8 turns away. That's good news. Okay. So I think we're set here. Let's just look at the power bar graphs, or whatever they're called. Yeah, look at that. We have spiked a lot. We're about to overtake Portugal for number 2. I mean, this is what drafting and building a lot of cabs will do for you. Freddy has not improved his military at all. Once we get the Holy Cows. I think we're going to get them this turn. We're number 2 in terms of most cultured. Freddy's number 3, at least for the moment. Let's stop to build the dry dock here. Actually, no, I'm going to 1-turn this frigate and then build the dry dock. These cities just build cannons. They're close to the front lines, and cannons are great. Okay, this... one food... Oh, you know what? We lost... I think we lost control of this tile here. Let's get some more culture in the city then. Yay, we got a forge finished. Hooray. Also, we need to improve this tile. Okay. This is the little city that could. I'll do the barracks. It's cheap, and I am drafting quite a bit right now. Alright, so I'm going to run a little bit more gold in the bank than I normally would, just in case I have to emergency upgrade something somewhere. So let's make sure we've got everything set up before, like we don't have any more units we have to move through here. Well, he has a lot of frigates down here, doesn't he? That's going to be trouble. Hopefully we can get him to attack us on tiles that are better for us, where we have the advantage. Alright, I don't see anything I have to move through Freddy's territory right now. Yeah, oh, so he did upgrade some of those caravels to frigates. In terms of tech, so this is the time to hit him. Look, he can research rifling, so this is our last chance to hit him before he upgrades. So, let's do this, shall we? Alright, Freddy. I feel like I deserve him the courtesy of talking to him and telling him, let's discuss something else. I'm sorry, man, but I want your land. I actually feel bad about that. Alright, so the only tile that this cannon can move to and get next to the city is this one, so I'm going to move this here. No, please don't send me to the other side of the world. Alright, so the cannons, I'll move here. I'll cover them with the calves. And then the rifles, I'm going to move to the tile where they are not attacking across the river. Because the cavalry can move down a tile and then not be attacking across the river. Alright, I want one of these guys to have combat 1, just in case, actually 2 of them to have combat 1, in case they get attacked. For these calves, let's make sure one of them is promoted to combat 2. Just in case this stack gets attacked. So there's a good chance it will. Let's give 1 shock for that same reason. And the others are all going to take combat 1, so let's just assign that right now, and we can figure out what their second promotion is afterwards. The Diplo, sure. I know we looked at it a little bit earlier, so I did get a minus for declaring war, another minus for declaring war on Freddy with Augustus. I didn't get a minus for declaring war from Alex, which is interesting. I wonder if there's any way we can get him to join us. That would be amazing. No, he won't. Because he's pleased, he won't. Oh, because he's already in a war. That's right. Maybe if he wasn't already in a war, he would consider it. But since he is, he of course won't. All right, now over here, we want to try to push through Hamburg first, and then depending on what we see there, and I would want to be on this side of the city because then I can load onto ships. I don't want to be on the right side, so we'll want to move to this tile. So Alt-click grabs every unit. Oh, well, except this guy. Oh, and there's another. All right, well, let's do this the hard way then. Okay. Why is this not moving to this tile? Okay, I'm not sure why they wouldn't all move to that tile. Oh, it's this guy. This one dude here. That was what the problem was. Now watch, my gold's gonna plummet when I fall in here because I'm gonna have so many units in enemy territory. Alright, so give all these guys combat 1. Because there's really no reason not to. Alright. Move all these guys up. Depending on how well defended Hamburg is, we may just blitz through it with Cavs next turn. Depending on, if there's not more than 3 defenders, we'll just jump right through it. Alright, you guys are good. Meanwhile, down here, I'm a little more concerned about the naval side of the war than anything else. Just get that easy bombard, and now I'll skedaddle over here to the right-hand side. Similarly, I want to save the cannons. I don't want them to go in. I think I get pretty good odds already with these rifles. I'm getting 57%. Alright, so take the defenses out. Like I said, I wanted to preserve the cannons for future use. Alright, so now I get 63%. That's pretty good odds. I can afford to have every one of my units die, and then the second unit to attack to capture the city. Come on. Oh, jeez. Okay, well, 63% odds. We at least crippled that unit. Slightly disappointing. It'll be the same 63% odds. I hope we have better luck than we did against Ye Old Barbarian Island. Alright. 1-1 lost 1. That's about what you'd expect at 63%. Now there's 1 crippled, so we probably lose this. I guess we still technically have odds, but anything that's like below 80%, I'm always mentally assuming is a loss. Alright, so we actually had good odds then. We lost at 63, 1 at 63, 1 at 57, and then the last attack's the cleanup, obviously, 99.9. So we're going to need to rename this city. Obviously, we're not going to call it Dortmund. The lighthouse and granary didn't survive capture, but the harbor, courthouse, and jail did, oddly enough. So we'll queue up the granary first. Yes, dirt mounds. That's fantastic. No, I had that ended up being good combat luck, honestly. That was better than expected. I would have expected to lose 2 rifles taking that. That was my expectation, that I would lose 2. Dirt mound from Dortmund. But the big thing is we get access to that resource that we wanted all along. Alrighty. So I guess these other rifles, the crippled one can be the defender of that city, and the other units can start heading up here. Oh. Probably will want to turn some of these into windmills later on down the road. All right, so as far as what I've got here, I don't want the galleons to be exposed to combat. I want to put them in the city for safety. As far as these frigates go, so let's see, there's 2 frigates in range. They're range 4. Let's put them down here and see. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Let's put them on this tile and see if we can bait Freddy into attacking them. Because like these ships can attack, and he should have vision on that tile. Alright, we haven't quite finished that windmill yet. This city, though, finished its windmill. There we go. I don't know if I've had a game where I've used windmills as much as this one. It's been a very windmill-heavy game. I think I want this chop to go into Pete's Shanty, so I'll just allocate it like so. Quietly bringing 2 more rifles over. Alright, we'll be able to make it over there in a turn or so. Now we also have this poor fellow here. I'll take the 89% chance to get a promotion if I win, too. So, to answer the earlier question, what would we do about that knight? That's what we're doing about that knight. And I shouldn't get attacked by any of these units, but just in case I would, we'll cover this with a fresh rifle. Just in case. Alright, you're going to get upgraded to a galleon. Alrighty, so now do we want to try to kill these or bait Freddy into attacking us? I think we want him to attack us. So let's see if we can get him to do that. Promote these ships with combat 1. Because the odds are much in my favor if he attacks me. It's 50-50 if I attack him. Like, look, see, it's literally a dice roll. I'll take that if I have to, but I'd prefer to avoid if possible. All right. Now, are there other units I have to move? So I moved forward there. I'm not in slavery, so I'm not drafting. I have some money in the bank for upgrades if I need to, but I'm holding off on that on the moment. So as far as Freddy's cities go, we've got Dusseldorf, and then we have his core here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We legitimately could take 2 of these cities next turn. I would especially like to get a cultural path through here. Like, so I'm not moving through German territory. Now, the problem is that capital, 20, 40, 60, 80. Berlin's culture extends to these 3 tiles. And I don't think it reaches this tile, though. It reaches the tile east of Hamburg, but I don't think it reaches this tile. So I think we might have a narrow path through here. If we can get control of the sea, I could also load up some of these units and just race them down towards Berlin. And remember, Cav move very fast. Like, the Cavs that are on this tile right here, if you capture Hamburg, I could also move them to, like, right here. They could go 1, 2... this next turn, they can go 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and be right outside Berlin. What are those Macemen doing in our... Oh, they must have gotten teleported there. Okay, well, thanks for picking up on that, by the way. Must have gotten teleported. Okay, well, that's why we have money in the bank for emergency upgrades. That's why I wanted to save a little bit of money, just in case something popped up like that. Alright, so now they'll probably move... I don't know, they'll move on one of these tiles. Like, what are they doing here? Alright, I guess I don't have quite enough to upgrade that unit too. Well, Gallic Warriors back into action. Alright, so he did actually come attack me. Now I should have odds to win these. Oh, he has cannons too? Interesting. Alright, well, he did come in and attack. Now, he won the first dice roll. He then won the dice roll to retreat with his rifle. But we seem to be having better luck at sea up here. A bank was destroyed by enemy infiltrators. Okay, that's annoying, but at least he had to spend a lot of espionage points to do that. We'll go ahead and do the dry docks now. Hopefully I have enough frigates up there on the front lines to take care of that. Yearn to join the motherland. What the? Because it's 56% barbarian? Okay. Sure, whatever. I guess we'll do the workers first. Oh yeah, we should get a great general from this pretty soon. I would probably just put that in my heroic epic city. Frederick has reduced your defense in the dump. Okay. Alright, so Alex finally did sign peace. We'll sign peace with him as soon as he's willing to talk to us. Now, Freddy made a mistake over here. He attacked from an ocean tile instead of a coastal tile, and that means he does not get the defensive bonus, which turns us into a 50-50 shot. So we've got to try to sink these. We'll have odds to kill the ship underneath. We just have to hope that this first dice roll goes our way, which fortunately it did. I'll probably promote that to medic. And now we should clean up this one at 95%. Nice. Actually didn't even take any damage there. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll look to load up here in Jameson Town. And I might just unload in Frankfurt. It's either that or if they load up, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. They just have to survive one turn at sea to make it over there. Probably better to grab the offshore island. I'm not concerned about this. There's no units to attack. He can bombard the defenses all he wants. It's not going to matter. Alright, so over here, the rifles got collateral, but didn't really end up mattering very much. So we've got 3 longbows and a pike. I mean, I think we just bombard out the defenses and then hit it with calves. These units are apparently still hiding out over here, so I guess we don't have to upgrade over there just yet. Okay. Like, this will remove the defenses completely, or take it down to basically nothing. Yeah, 4%. Yeah, I have tons of city. I have banks in many, many cities. Good question, though. I've got a lot of banks. I have 10, so fortunately I have well more than I need, but good question. That could have been an issue. Alrighty, so calves. 69% plus a retreat chance. Let's see what the odds are for the shock one. 69 versus slightly better here. Alright. That's a good result. Now we can use combat 2 units against these other ones. Oh, I do need to protect these cannons, though. I have to leave at least 1 or 2 Oh, you know what? I could shift these rifles in Wild Rice over here to cover them. So, okay. So that makes me feel better about using my calves. So I opted not to use the cavalry for suicide, or not to use the artillery for suicide attacks. Also, we're having great luck here. Like, we were winning a bunch of 70%, and we've got a great general. In Jameson Town, which is not where I want that to pop up, I want to get it back here to Cupolas Vine to put it in my heroic epic city. But, we'll get it over there eventually. Alright, so there's 1 longbow left. And this is in a city on a hill, by the way. Like, Hamburg is not on a hill, and Hamburg has, like, nothing in it, so we'll just blitz through Hamburg this turn. 75%. Yeah, we had pretty good luck there. So now we can use a rifle to finish off this knight. %92%. Yeah, so we had really good luck there. Alright. Well, it came with an intelligence agency. Wow. Maybe we do run some spy specialists in here. Something like that. Now, I would really like to kill these cannons. But I also want to make sure I can defend this city, so that there's not a rifle with 3 HP as the only defender. Well, let's move the crippled rifle in there, for starters. The injured rifle. How about you kill this cannon at 99%. And then promote afterwards for a heal. Get you back to 9 HP. And I'm going to move you into the city so that there's like one actual defender. And you, I want to kill this cannon. Nice. Essen stole a town from Wild Rice. Okay, thanks for grabbing that, yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah, we definitely want to make sure that we're still working that tile. Okay. Now, as I said, I want at least one rifle to cover this. I still can upgrade these units if I need to. Oh, hello, that's trouble. A frigate here that can move 4 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cannot hit this tile though. We're racing for the safety of Port Spud. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, should be safe there. Good thing I have circumnavigation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can't get this into the... Can't get into Port Spud next turn, but we can make sure we can drop off the rifles. In a worst case scenario, they can drop off. The rifles can unload next turn, if nothing else. These rifles can just chill for right now until they're reinforced. Alright, so my galleons over here. I have 2 galleons. Wait, did he move on to a... He moved onto a tile with no road. I should have seen that. Oh well. Alright. 2. I believe the way is clear to get over there, so let's try to do that. I move here, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 next turn. Okay. I'm going to cover these ships with my own frigate so that the galleons don't get attacked first. Alrighty, so then we want to put 2 rifles and a cannon on here. Heinz Guderian, you're just going to have to chill for the moment. Unfortunately, this unit can't make it onto the boat this turn, so I think I am going to bring along the injured rifle, which can promote twice, so... Just because of positioning. Alright, well, you've got a new home in Dirtmund. And that injured unit, I guess they're on board this boat. Alright, you, why don't you promote to medic? And then you, I'm just going to promote, I might actually promote you to cover for use against this archery unit. Because we're going to be heading for Dusseldorf next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I guess they can unload on this tile next turn. They're 1 tile short. 1, 2. Yeah, they're 1 tile short of being able to unload on this tile, but that's okay. This frigate needs to heal. I'll move him back into Jameson Town to heal. I'm just going to put you in the middle of the island right now, Heinz Guderian, until we have a chance to move you somewhere else. Anyway, so we finished this. And I'll turn research on steam power now. These guys better be prepared to replace tile improvements that are dumb that the AI has built. So I think a lot of these units are going to load up into the galleons, but the Cavs are going to ride out and capture this city. We will suffer losses here. This will be... Like, we are going to lose units here, but it's worthwhile to... Actually, wow. 66? I was expecting to have like 30% here. Wow. That's better than expected. And there's only one... Oh, I guess it's because the city's not on a hill. And there's only one longbow with city garrison too, so this is only going to get easier afterwards. Because like those knights don't get defensive bonuses at all, and the airships are useless. Okay, so we lost. We were certainly overdue for a loss, and that does cripple that unit. But again, once again, the power of having cavalry. These units are just amazing. 2 moves. We're not seriously losing to this mace, are we? Oh, well, we withdrew. You do always have the chance to withdraw, too, which is great. Because we were going to lose that battle, I think. Yeah, we're about to lose that battle. But, like, we haven't taken down the defenses or anything. We're just blitzing right through. Alright, now we're up to 84%. Great General Medic ship. No, if I created Great General, it won't be a ship. Because I want to be able to heal inland units. This map is not quite as naval-focused as the one that I did previously with Caesar. Yeah, 90% now. Because that knight doesn't get defensive bonuses. So now it's just killing 2 knights. And then finishing off the crippled units. Yeah, it might make sense to make a Great General Medic. We'll see. Alright, so... What did we lose? We lost 1 unit in taking this city? 1 unit, wow. This is like a core city for Germany. And the reason why I said we only lost 1 unit is because like the only units left were the maces and the crippled mace and the crippled longbow, so we were certainly going to take them. Alright, so I was correct. There is a narrow little path through the culture here, but we definitely have to get down to Berlin, because that's what would free up the rest of this map. Ooh, look at this city. Wow, a lot of goodies in here. Granary, Forge, Observatory, Coliseum, Bank, Jail, a gazillion espionage buildings, plus the Confucian Shrine, and Scotland Yard, which is the Great Spy building. Okay. Boy, the AI sure loves its great spies, doesn't it? I guess we'll set this to a theater for when it comes out. It's true. Well, I mean, actually not all our battles. There are some inland cities here for... What is this? Oh, that's just the notification we took the city. Okay. So let's load up the rifles and at least some of the cannons on these galleons. Because our frigates kind of cleared the way. And now they can just load up and then unload next to Munich next turn. The cavalry may be able to ride on and try to take Berlin. No, I think what happens is I think we load up and unload the melee units on this tile, and then from here they can walk onto this tile and hit Berlin because it's such a narrow isthmus. I'm also curious just how much power Germany has lost. So Germany is rival worst in terms of power now. Soldiers. So they're at 463, so we can track how rapidly they decline since they're the 463. Let's also turn off espionage points on them because they're going to be a dead civ soon. No sense wasting points in someone who's not going to be around much longer. People wanted the city named Luther. I actually like Beef Burger a little bit more. Beef Burger because it's Hamburg. Yes, okay, so the calves, let's have these calves move forward and hold this city against potential counters. Or actually, oh, there's a road in there. Never mind. I can stuff a rifle in. Stuff at least one rifle in there with city garrison promotion. And this poor guy who has no promotions at all. Okay, that should mean that that city's reasonably safe. All right, so now let's have the cannons and as many of these rifles as I can fit loading up. Let's see, how many galleons do I have here? 1, 2, 3. I have 4 galleons and a 5th one up here. So that's room for 3 more rifles. Should be enough to carry most of this force. I love these combined arms, by the way. Like using land power, using naval power. Like the frigates needed to support the galleons to keep them from getting killed. It's fun stuff. All right. These frigates can also help clear out defenses on these cities with their bombardment. Now these galleons can make it onto this tile, right? Pretty sure they can. Yeah, just making sure, because this is the tile I want to protect. So some fun stuff here. And these last 3 I will put on board this ship, and then I just have to remember to cover them with 1 frigate, so that it's not just a isolated galleon waiting to get destroyed. I'll keep this here on this tile, and we'll keep 1 frigate back, although not that one, because that one's full health and combat 1. This way the cannons don't even have to be used to bombard defenses, they can just go in and collateral. Okay, let's keep you back to defend that tile. Alright, and the other calves, where do I want to move them? Probably to this tile here, because then they're in range to support any of these attacks needed. And there's some healthy units on this tile, so I'm not worried about this stack getting attacked. Like, this just gives me some more options from here, as far as where these units go next turn. Alright, good stuff. Very successful war turn here. Kind of sliced right through the core of Freddy's territory in just a couple turns. And then it should be just a mop-up operation after that. What did we take? We took Dirtmund on the first turn of the war, and then we took Essen Beefburger on the second turn. It'll take a little bit longer to get these other cities, but like they are not well defended at all. It's just going to be a matter of punching through. Are there any boats in Munich? There's a galleon in Munich, currently. Alright, you've already bombarded, so your turn. Yeah, you guys are just finishing up now. So these guys are not doing anything super important right now, but they will be important as soon as we finish steam power tech, because then we'll have a lot of railroads to build. Oh, and there's one more frigate here. Okay, well, never mind. In that case, this frigate can move up and bombard, because we've got a fresh frigate to protect that galleon. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where these guys are going. Getting ready to build railroads, basically. That's what they're pretty much doing. Alright, so we finished that lighthouse. Good. Now, or not lighthouse, that windmill. Revenge can work with that tile, which is a better tile. I grow one tile faster just while we're on this screen. And now you guys can come over here and start working on some of these windmills. You should be working the 4 improved tiles, which you are. That's good news. Yeah, your turn's done. We've renamed Munich to Monaco. I don't think we've taken Munich yet, but Monaco. I mean, that sounds good. All right, what else? What other work do we have to do here? This tile here needs to be windmilled. Probably used for Peach Shanty, because Peach Shanty needs tiles to work more. We can lumber mill these tiles, which I think is better than chopping them. I think I ultimately will lumber mill these. All right, well, that was a busy turn. It's going to be another busy turn next, although probably not to quite the same degree. The Essen force will have to gather itself up and move down here to Cologne. I'd prefer to be doing this via naval operation, but I don't have boats in the area to pull that off. Let's see where we get attacked. Okay, decided to turn around and run into the back lines. Okay. War weariness. Only 1 point of war weariness here. We must be missing a market, so that's fine. I think I have enough cannons here, so time to produce another cav or two. All right, there we go. Now we have finally a piddly +3 food per turn, but it's something. It's something. I guess the forge is the next thing, even though it's going to be a slow build. All right. Yeah, he can keep bombarding there all he wants. So the good news is this ship will not be fast enough to catch me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can move here, and there's no way he can reach me. It certainly helps having that circumnavigation bonus. Yeah, and we're going to have more than enough units to take out Dusseldorf here. In fact, I may have overcommitted units, but better safe than sorry. Because I just unloaded 2 rifles there. Like, he can bombard the defenses over here all he wants. Oh, he's probably going to pillage that tile, whatever. Again, I don't really care that much. And then we'll be able to unload here. So we'll have, yeah, we're gonna have way more than we need to capture that city, but as I said, then we'll just load up on the ships again and head over to Frankfurt, I guess, because why not? Oh, these cannon, that cannon put itself in a bad spot. I do want to thank the AI for vacating the tile that I wanted to move to, which is this one right here. Now we get vision. Nothing too scary. Looks like we hit him just before he was about to get rifling tech. And of course, as we capture cities, it makes it easier. It makes it less and less likely he can finish off rifling. Okay, so I don't know what this guy's doing here, but we've got a rifle that's bound to get good odds, so we'll use this trailing rifle. You only need 1 turn to heal, so why don't you do that? Now I've got to think about where I want to move all these units to try and maximize this. Rename Essen to Lam Essen's Town as a reference to D2. Yeah, that's a nice reference. Here, I can fit it if I take out the apostrophe. Lam Essen's Tome and D3. Diablo 2, excuse me. I definitely remember going for that. Okay. So, So there's only 3 units here. The problem is this is on a hill and there's 60% cultural defenses, so we're going to need to pull some more units over. In particular, if I could get the cannons down there, what I really need is a ship to load them up on the ship and then drop them here. I don't have galleons available for that. So it's probably going to have to be a march down. So like if they could move into my territory here, but that doesn't really help me. I could move them here, 1, 2, and then it's probably just going to take a couple turns to get down there. That's okay. I don't have as many units over in this theater. The Cavs, is this city on a hill too? Yes. Okay. Yeah, since I have fewer units over here, I have to play it a little bit more cautiously. Well, let's start with the units over here. All right, so these units, the frigates should... You know what? I can just start bringing these... I've got a lot of galleons here protected by frigates. I can just start circling them around like this, I think. Let's have the frigates bombard out the defenses. Take care of them. This also gives me vision of any units that might be lurking around here. Got like this last ship that's being protected. Yeah, that's very safe there. Okay. I'll just move the rest of these ships around. I'm gonna circle these around to the bottom side. Potentially be able to load up units again. Okay, meanwhile over here, unload these units here. Like, these frigates should be able to strip the defenses from Dusseldorf as they circle around, or maybe from Frankfurt. Only 20% in that city, so I'm not sure how worthwhile it is to bother. Just making sure all my galleons that are in the combat zone are covered. Yeah, so we have a lot of units over here, but we'll be able to load them up on ships immediately as soon, like, I've got, what, 2 rifles here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more rifles. Maybe I should have saved one of those boatloads and not unloaded it, but oh well. Alright, so that covers that stack. This frigate needs to heal. Just give it the medic promotion to heal a little bit faster. And this will hang out over here too. Alright, so we've got that stack covered. We have units circling around. Munich will definitely get captured next turn. Alright, so the full health cabs. I would love to clean the cannon that's on this tile, just so it doesn't collateral anything. Let's attack from this tile. Yeah, we should check to see if Portugal is willing to sign peace. Oh, and we even got flanking damage there. Okay, now this unit is legit hurt, so we need to heal this one. Is there anything I can give medic to other than this unit? Because this unit's already qualified for the 3rd promotion. Nope, and someone needs to take medic, so it's gonna have to be you, even though that's a little bit sad. Maybe we can attach the Great General to this guy, because he's already got... Well, no, but he's already invested in combat too, so that would be a mistake. Alright, we'll just move all the injured units in here, and then they can heal in the safety of the city. But, like, this guy's full health, so we'll just move this guy forward. And, like, this guy is healthy enough that I'll send him forward too. But you should probably heal. So that'll get you to full health, and then you can charge over there for a future attack. You are in pretty good shape too. I think I might need more striking force down here to the south, so I think I'm going to move you in that direction. Although, on the other hand, if I capture Berlin, all the culture's going to disappear in this area. Cologne, wait, 20, 40... Actually, no, Cologne would still control these tiles. Then again, I could gallop around here to the outside. It's going to take us a little longer to go for Cologne, so I will continue to push the strike on that side. Yeah, we're going to need more workers back in the core army. Well, we're going to capture some workers in Germany. They can help us build railroads. Okay, so over here, let's see. So one of the injured rifles can take medic. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. This guy's already... Oh, he can take medic. Never mind. So this will help the units in this city heal faster. Alright, now the cannons. What's the fastest way to get them? I'm trying to think what the fastest way is to get them down here. Probably like this. Like move into the city this turn, then move south. That also means that by moving along the coastline, it also means they have the chance for a pickup, but I don't think I'm going to get naval units in there. Yeah, you can move in and heal. You've actually got another promotion, but probably don't need to take that quite yet. So I'm going to slow play things down here a little bit. The terrain's a bit rougher, and I don't have... these cities, if these cities weren't on hills, I probably would try to blitz through them, but they are on hills, so... so in that case, you can come circle up here, since you're full health, and try to join the attack on the left. So you grab that tile, and then that means now you can pick up this one. There we go. Yeah, these galleons just hang out here where they're nice and protected. Oh, well. If I'd known I had one cannon available. I forgot I had just built a fresh one. I don't think I have any units to protect this, but I don't think this cannon will get attacked by anything either. So I'm going to start moving it forward. I don't think it's going to get attacked by anything. These units just have longbows, and they would lose to the cannon if they tried to attack. So that was kind of bad, but... Alright, this tile needs to be windmilled next. Also, we should start roading that tile. Oh, I needed to move another worker over there. That's okay, I can move one of these guys over. Alright, so we had the request earlier to see if J-Man was willing to talk. He is not willing to talk, not yet. So we should take Munich next turn, and probably Dusseldorf and Berlin on turn 255. So, what's Freddy got in that fort? In which fort? Oh, over here? Yeah, he has a mace, a longbow, a pike, and a sword. They just seem to be hiding out there for some reason. If they move towards Wild Rice, I can always draft or upgrade units into rifles, so I'm not too scared. Also, like, this cap could move back to that spot. I'm not quite sure what they're doing there. I think their AI pathfinding got confused. Cannon here. We'll get one more, but I think I'm going to swap out of military builds relatively soon. Okay, we finished the barracks there. How about a courthouse next? Yay, Mayflower finished its forge. It definitely needs a lighthouse now. And we need to lumber mill that tile. It's even Riverside. Alrighty. You know, I wasn't going to work this windmill, but it's not that bad of a tile. Oh, this is also a grassland tile. I thought this was a, plains hill. Yeah, I think we're okay for the moment. Why don't you do the temple for +2 for our monk economy? You, I want to join there. I want you to move up here to start roading that tile for future work. So Freddy's frigates are just like bombarding over here for no clear reason. He adopted emancipation, that jerk. No, slavery, caste system. These are the civics we want to run. Can actually finish this. Oh, he adopted state property, but you know what? He didn't. He still hasn't finished rifling tech, and that's the big one. Where's his techs? Doesn't have rifling tech, and without it, not a lot he can do. Okay, so... Oh, for a second I was like, oh my god, he has 3 rifles, but I was like, wait, I'm highlighting my ship, not his ship. Yeah, so he has a longbow and 2 right. Let's send one cannon in, and then that should collateral everything. And then it should be easy to clean up from there with these rifle draftees. I mean, we lost at 82, which is not ideal, but crippled the longbow that was city, garrison 2, and collateraled the others. Slightly unlucky, but we've had pretty good luck overall in this war. I won a bunch of 70% at the very beginning. Got in 3 hits at least, plus collateral. So, well, let's call on Mr. City Raider 3 Sword here. Might as well clear off one of the top defenders. And now the odds are 95 plus for everything. Draftees might not be that sturdy, but they are still rifles against medieval garbage, so you pretty much know how this is ending. Not a lot of mystery. Alright, Munich. Let's see what survived capture in here. Oh wow, a gazillion espionage buildings. Courthouse, jail, intelligence agency, and security bureau. Along with a dry dock and a customs house. Customs house is not going to be that helpful because we've been running a lot of mercantilism, but... or rather... Alrighty, so there's one rifle. Let's move up the rest. Let's see what's over here first. Was a galleon? Alone? Unescorted? Okay, buddy. Okay, that is certainly enough to take Dusseldorf. Isn't even on defensive terrain. That was probably a mistake, buddy. And by defensive terrain, I mean it's not on a coastal tile. Okay, so what does he have in Frankfurt? Not much. Longbows and workers. Okay. We'll just keep going then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. All right. So we'll move the whole stack up to that tile. Along with the galleons, still circling around here. And if Freddy wants to attack this stack, he's welcome to it. I know he has some frigates in the area, but I've got my own frigates here, and they'll be on defensive terrain. Meanwhile, these frigates will be able to take out the defenses here and protect these galleons. Okay, and that didn't mean to move these one at a time. Alright, and now we have a healed up frigate that can just join the stack. Alright, yeah, you guys can just chill for this turn. You'll be able to start railroading next turn. Alright, you help road there. So you have 2 that can help road there, and this tile I want to get next. Also, we'll have to start building railroads in this area, too. You come join the group. Yep, so as expected, did not end up getting attacked. And this group has just continued to chill on that tile. So by the way, Freddy continues to drop in power. He's now 398. If you're curious about the power, he's lost a fair bit. Interestingly enough, these two seem to be... Toku seems to be building up for a fresh attack. Alright, you heal to full, heal to full, heal as much as you can. Alright, you are going to probably remain in that city. But you can start heading out, along with you. They have to be the former Galax because they have the hill promotion. And I'm not sure I need another cannon here, to be honest. I think I'm going to build the levee here starting next turn. So I'll put it on wealth to preserve the overflow. Alright, now down here, let's put one more rifle in this city just to ward off against any shenanigans. And everything else move up. And get ready to attack Berlin next turn. Guess we're gonna have some healed up units over here ready to go. Oh, whoops, no. I wanted units in here. Okay. Some fresh calves on the other side of the world, getting ready to come down here and join the fun. Alright, well, we'll unload these rifles next to Frankfurt. I don't know if we have quite enough units to capture the city, but we might as well. Yeah, we might as well unload them. This city is not on a hill, so if we take out the defenses, we should have okay odds to capture the city. Alright, you heal. You move down here. So we already have one rifle defender in there. I'm gonna start moving you around to in this direction. You're healing everybody. Alright, I guess we'll just continue our long, slow process of windmilling that entire island. So we have more than enough to capture Berlin next turn. Now we don't have a way to take the defenses down, but there's just very few units in this city. There's only 6 units in the city, and it is not on a hill, so they don't get the hill bonus. So we'll just send in the 2 cannons to collateral them, probably lose both, and then the calves and rifles should be able to clean up from there. So coming along pretty smoothly. Like, we have a lot of units that can attack here. And we're even going to discover steam power. Okay, I have the defensive bonus, so... And again here. Alright, well, we didn't get that one, but we should be able to trade back. How about you just give me your world map in exchange for nothing?
You would make a ship sail against the winds and currents by lighting a bonfire.
So we will get the spot coal now.
I have no time for such nonsense.
Also, I forgot that we need railroad to build rails. That's my mistake. But we can build levees, so that's a plus. Alright, I don't think I need to spam more calves at present. I think we've got enough for this campaign. Although, there is the following campaign after that, so... It's not like I need a security bureau or anything. Oh, hey, the dump finally finished its university. Cool. For a city that has no food bonuses, this city has turned out pretty decent. Probably oh wow, railroad's pretty expensive, isn't it? Alright. Oh, there's coal here, although we'll have to mine it. Trafalgar has a source. There's another source under that windmill. Well, we'll get to work mining that next. The forest has grown near Revenge. Alright, on to the main business of the turn. So there was one frigate that got sunk, but we should be able to clean up Freddy's frigate in turn, because it lost half its health and damage. And he's got a pair of them over here being annoying, but we're working our way around. By the way, though, I know we had a reference to rename Munich. If you can remind me of what that was in the chat, because I forgot what it was last turn. My apologies on that. Alright. Oh, whoops, I thought there was enough movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there is enough movement to hit this ship. I just moved in like an idiot. Monaco, that's right. Just mismoved that. Not quite enough room. Actually, there is if I kill the spaces. Although that's as much as we can get. Alright. That's what I should have done with the first ship. What the? We lost that? Was that ship not at full health? Did I accidentally attack with a ship that wasn't at full health? Oh, that was... yeah. Should have checked on that first, shouldn't I? Well, that was unfortunate. The problem was this ship here, for whatever reason, I just misclicked. Not a huge deal, but I don't like throwing away ships for no reason. Anyway. Okay, let's finish up with Dusseldorf, because the units that survive I want to load up. This should cripple one unit and collateral the others. Alright, good. That's exactly what we wanted. Alright, you I do not want to attack with. Let's use the ones that are full health to attack first. Well, we could name this city Ulu. I don't know what that's a reference to, but... although I do like Dumbledore for Dusseldorf. I like the pun names on the original city quite a bit. I don't know exactly what we want. Dumbledore. Okay, so that city's captured. So Freddy now has 4 cities left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Alright, so let's move some of these units into the city. The ones that can. Actually, they can just hop right on board. There's no reason to move into the city. They can just hop right on board. So we did capture a worker there, which is always nice. This is enough to fill up 2 galleons with units. Sorry that this took extra time for no reason whatsoever. Alright, now they can't attack this turn because they loaded, but... like, what kind of odds are we looking at here? 72? So, odds are we... but we'll have better odds against the other 2 longbows, so I'll go for it. Ah, didn't quite get it. Should be able to kill the other defenders, though. We're not seriously losing the 87 as well. Oh my god. Okay, well, this is what can happen when you attack with insufficient forces. You get a couple bad dice rolls at the worst moment, and all of a sudden... alright, well, that's too bad, because those longbows will now promote, and they'll be healthier. We'll have enough forces to still capture it next turn, but it's a bit unfortunate. Alrighty, over here. Send in the cannons first. So he only gets 41% odds because we haven't been able to take out the defenses. That wasn't as good as I was hoping for. And these ships can't get over there fast enough. Yeah, they're like one tile away. Now, some would say that's an argument for just not attacking, but I've got the units in place, so I'm happy to attack. All right, we got one attack. We had one die and one win, but look how much collateral we did. Lots and lots of collateral damage. So now these calves should be able to do their thing. Yeah, we're already up to 87% odds, so should be in pretty good shape. Because calves are awesome. Calves are really good units. Okay, I don't know why. Oh, that's the unit that just attacked. I was like, why did I send a unit forward with with like half health? But it was a unit that just won the last battle. All right, yeah. So we'll be fine here. We can clean this up with ease. Cannons and calves, good stuff. And I like the idea of worst city for Berlin. Worst city. I mean, these calves are just slapping people with their guns. So there's only one longbow left. I'll just let one of these rifles capture the city. Alrighty. So what's in here? Ooh, an academy survived capture. That's nice. A lot of stuff survived capture. Holy cow. Granary, Aqueduct, Lighthouse Harbor, Custom House Forge, Academy Observatory, Coliseum Grocer, Bank, Courthouse Jail, all the espionage buildings, and then all the wonders, along with the biggie, the Taj Mahal, which will power up any further slaving that we do. Very, very nice stuff. All right. Well, that's going to be a good city whenever it comes out of resistance. All right, so now some of the healthy calves can come here and be in position to support this attack next turn. All right, these guys all attacked. Yeah, that extra movement point again just makes such a big difference. Yeah, you can also be in position to attack if needed. Yeah, this unit's in perfectly good shape. Again, the extra movement point just makes a huge difference. Yeah, you can promote and... Alright, so now we've got more than enough to capture that city next turn. Good stuff. So yeah, we've pretty thoroughly demolished Freddy. Fortunately hitting him before he got rifles. Just a little too slow to research them. As we know from Civ 4 AI survivors, some of those AIs just don't go for them fast enough. Alright, and we can probably capture this city in Cologne next turn too. Because these calves are going to be healed, and they'll be able to blitz their way through. I mean, there's only 3 defenders. A similar thing, 1 cannon for suicide, and then the others to take the city defenses down, and that should be all we need. Not to mention we have ships on their way too. Alright, how much further can these ships go? Does this ship have anything on board? No. Where are the galleons that actually have units on board? Okay, so they can make it a couple tiles further, but I'd like to have them on board to attack amphibiously, if need be. Now that said, there's some galleons that don't have any units on board. Like this one does not have any units on board, so... So that can move there. Let's make sure we can cover that. The frigate as needed. Yep, okay. So now some of these units can hop on board and get ready to load up and attack over there. Have I mentioned that I love these combined operations? Fun stuff. Alright, so where's a location of a medic unit? There's a medic in this city, so these calves can hop back and prepare to heal up there. Hey, we did take the score lead. I mean, worst city was worth a lot of score points. We're using Beef Burger as like our triage center right now. Right, you're healing. All right, you're at 14.5, so that's plenty. Let's get you down here. In position to support an attack if need be. All right, you're full health. So I'm going to move you to here, where you can attack Cologne or move to this tile as needed. Because that's obviously where we stage for the next attack. You're 2 injured, you are fine. 14.4 is close enough. Alright, you are responsible for healing the units in there. Yeah, and I was like, oh wait, I actually can't build railroads yet. But I can lumber mill tiles, so I should probably... I might as well like build a lumber mill on this tile. I might use it someday. It's certainly better than nothing on this tile. Oh, hey, random frigate. Like, they might pillage my fish, but I mean, I'll just rebuild it if that's needed, if that happens. Okay, does this... Alright, this ship has no one on it, so move forward. I need one of you frigates to protect that. Alright, you stay there if you can't make it that far. Some of these frigates are pretty injured now too, but they can heal when this campaign's done, because we're in the final stages of this campaign now. This does not have anyone on board. It can be a little tricky sometimes to tell which ships are loaded and which ones aren't. Alright, just stay there then. We do have frigates protecting that stack, don't we? Yes, we do. Alright, let's have you move somewhere where you can heal. No medic unit in there, but there will be now. We use this as a backup healing center. Right. Now you still have another movement point. Okay. Alrighty. So windmills. Windmills ahoy. Like I said, a whole lot of windmilling going on because this map is so hilly. Alright, we'll windmill this, and then I'm going to connect that. You still need a lighthouse here, I think, because I'm going to run out of tiles that produce food. I guess I'll finish the forge first, though. I will need the lighthouse soon, though. Alright, well that was a very successful turn. We could flip back into nationhood this turn, but let's finish up with this war first, and then we can look about another draft round after that. We're very close to the end of this war. Like, Frankfurt and Cologne should fall on this upcoming turn. 1, 2, 3, 4... Ah, these frigates can even bombard Cologne and help out. Oh, those dudes moved in. Oh yeah, and I wanted to start levee. That's right. I had a couple cities I wanted to start levees in. All right. So you, since we have a minute here, I could rebuild. No, the bank's not really that important here. Also, why are you working this tile? Are we at a food deficit or something? Maybe this tile got... Oh, the tile got pillaged. That's what happened. The tile got pillaged. Okay. Well, we can fix that with my work with the workers. Yeah, that tile got pillaged. It needs to be remined. Okay. All right. Well, we've got the dry dock, so we certainly can build naval units quickly. We're probably going to need more galleons after this is done. Good timing here. We finished a cav right as those dudes walked across the border. Leve, sounds good. Yeah, I need to go through and build levees in cities that can build them. I don't have a ton of rivers in my territory, so it's not that many. Okay, well. You best not be pillaging my stuff. Too bad I don't have Blitz, and because I can't attack again here. Could send this Gallic warrior to attack, but no. Could also send one of these calves to come clean up. I'll probably just send a cav back to clean this up. All right, well, let's finish up with our attacks here. So those longbows did promote, but they didn't heal all the way. So sounds like it's time for the calves to march in there and finish some of them off. This one's actually got combat 3, so yeah, wow, 99% odds. Jeez, combat 3 calves are no joke. This one can take the same promotion, so we'll do the same thing. And feel free to think about a name for Frankfurt. This city did not contain the ridiculous infrastructure that some of the other cities did, but still pretty good. Frankfurt to hot dog? Sure. 2 cities? That's okay with me, though. Hot dog. Anyway, in terms of overall population, we're up to 27% now. If there was the UN, if the UN is built, it would definitely be the 2 of us, me and Portugal, because we both have the most population by far. But I would need to get 2/3 of the votes, and I'm not close to that yet. Fredfurt? Oh, that's even better. That's even better, Fredfurt. Fredfurt. That's great. All right. Let's move these frigates over here. All right. Split this up. This should be more than enough to take out this poor city. Like, the collateral doesn't even do that much because there's only 3 units. All right, so we use only 68. All right, well, let's send another one in then. Because the rifle wasn't getting odds as good as I wanted. Now what odds did the rifle get? 86 is better. Because I'm hoping to send as many cabs as possible over towards the next city. All right. That allows me to use another rifle here. Don't worry, we need a name for this city too, Cologne. All right. Wait, why are all the great generals being born in Jameson Town? I'm like, what? Why this town? I've got a pair of them. Body spray, yeah, body spray for Cologne. That can work. All right, yeah, so this is an easy cleanup. Let's see what's in this city. Body spray. A lot of espionage buildings, not much, well, a fair amount of other stuff. A lot of these cities, I'm just having them build the Christian temple first. Also, it looks like that city grabbed some tiles away from the dump, although I guess it doesn't matter too much. All right, let's see what's in this last city. Not a whole lot. Now the cabs are just going to race over there. I believe I have some amphibious support rifles too. I guess we'll put this in the city for safety's sake. Because like these units can attack off the boat next turn. And I can toss some other units on board here too. There should be some cabs that are healed. Yeah, there's some rifles over here too that can hop on board boats. All right, let's see who's, and then I think there's, yeah, and there's more units over here, although I don't think they can make it over there in time. Maybe they just stop and heal. Schwarzkopf. So there should just be one city left here. J-Man's willing to talk peace. He wants 20 gold, okay. Let's see if I can get his world map. No. Okay, never mind then. Fine, if you want 20 gold, I'll give you 20 gold. Like I said, I didn't really want to be at war with him. Anyway, so we get out of that war. I believe that's Frederick's last city. Let's just see. Yep, he has no other cities left. So we'll be able to wrap this up with him. Alright. So I want to move units that are healed over there. I have galleons here that can load up units. Okay. Like this unit needs to heal. But like this unit's fine to hop on board. That unit's fine to hop on board. This one's full health, even though it does mean moving a medic unit out. Alright, so you can move into body spray. Oh, that can't quite make it. Oh well. Let's get some more rifles on board here. I know I have some rifles that healed up that can hop on board. Alright, this should be plenty because these can attack off the boat next turn as needed. No, I want this ship. Be in the safety of body spray. And I don't have to like track down and kill Freddy's frigate. Like I don't need to track down and kill this frigate here. He didn't even pillage this fish net for whatever reason. Maybe because I wasn't working the tile? I don't know. Like I don't think these units can get over here in time. I'll move them over there. And then I... See, and then I had frigates that can bombard Stuttgart. Yeah, so I have 3 units, or how many cabs are on this tile? I have 3 cabs that can attack directly, and then I have 9 more units on boats that can attack, so... For some of these other units, I think I'm just going to start gathering them over at Fredfort, because Fredfort is a good staging area if we want to go towards the Native Americans down the road. So I think units that are just like healed up and can't get over there to fight, I think we'll just start chilling here in Fredfort. Like including these galleons that are and frigates that are already good to go. I want to make sure they're in my culture, because you pay less for units if they're in your culture. Or we could just put them in the city, I guess. Alright, I have 1 extra galleon here. Let's use this for the excess units from this campaign. Okay, we got another boat. And let's not get killed by the frigate right there. Got a new worker, though. Why don't you come help out? Yeah, like I said, I think we can just stage over here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this ship cannot get over there to bombard that city that next turn, so we'll just head over to Fredfort. Because it can move 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, can move up to this tile here, and then 1, 2, 3. Actually, 1, 2, 3. Actually, this unit can get over there to bombard. I was wrong. 1, 2. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it can't get over there. 1, 2. It can. Yeah, because it takes 1 movement point to bombard. So I was right the first time. It can't bombard there. So far, Freddy's been really polite. He hasn't been pillaging my fishing boats, which I'm a little bit surprised by. Usually the AI does, but he hasn't been doing so. So we don't need a medic in here, but it looks like we have a medic in here. I'm just going to make sure that the medic unit is not on board the boat to make sure everyone's getting the benefit. Good. Yeah, these units can just heal. I'll finish this and then I'll go replace this tile here that got pillaged, apparently. Alright, this guy can be the defender. We'll just take the city garrison promotion. You can come heal here too. You might as well take City Raider, because why not? Alrighty. So let's wrap this up, shall we? Stuttgart, the last holdout. Kind of thinking that this unit... is there any way I can get a cav over there, just out of curiosity? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, one tile short. Oh well. Not quite enough movement to kill this. I think this tile's going to get pillaged, but oh well. We'll see if the sword pillages it. No, it didn't. It just shuffled around aimlessly for no reason. Okay. Well, that's cool. Just decided to do nothing. I probably should get a jail just for future war weariness in this city. And now's the time to do it while we're not working on anything more important. Frigate done here. Yeah, wow, the city kind of has all its important infrastructure. Oh no, not reducing my defenses in Pont de Celt. Now he is denying me the ability to work that. Oh, wait a minute. That tile got swapped over to that other city. Ugh. Well, if it kept him from pillaging it, then that was worthwhile. So far, oh, we had our first city come out of resistance. It was Lam Essence Town. First one to come out of resistance. Why can't I work these tiles? Trying to make sure the city doesn't starve. Doesn't look like that's possible though. Although, wait a minute, I can reassign one of these tiles, can I? Yeah. Alright, that'll keep it from starving. And then it'll pop the borders and we can work from there. Actually, it can work beef burgers tiles. Both of these are valid tiles for it to work. Beef burgers tiles. Okay. Let's get this city, shall we? So we'll start by attacking with the cavs on land. So they don't have great odds, but 60% is better than what the units attacking from the ships will get. That's nice. So that guy's going to survive and get a promotion. Very nice. Alright, I mean, he built an archer here. So we've got a musket. And that was the toughest defender to kill, too. Ooh, 33%. Maybe not. I wonder why this musket wasn't top defender. Oh well. Did it form the cross in La Messam's town on purpose? No. We did very little damage there. Alright, but it did boost the odds here to 70%, along with like 10% to retreat. Alright, that's not bad. I will take that, losing one unit to kill the other. Now, the knight doesn't get defensive bonuses, and the sword and archer are, you know, trash units, so that's all we really needed. How injured are these calves? Not injured at all. Or barely injured. I would prefer not to lose that unit, so let's risk a slightly less valuable unit. So good question. I don't know how he built the archer either. Maybe it was left over from earlier in the game. That's all I can think of. So we are, of course, attacking at the amphibious penalty, which is 50%. That's the only reason these battles aren't total jokes. But it's still worthwhile to do this to speed things up. And so 99% we obviously take. And that should be it for old Fred. Should be it. Intelligence agency in there. Boy, he really liked building his espionage buildings, didn't he? Granary and lighthouse, that's more or less the basic infrastructure we would have wanted anyway. With that Christian temple. So, wait for it. The German civilization has been destroyed. Alright, well, that should make us a lot more powerful. Absorbing the whole German Empire. Fred's dead. Because we just went from 20 cities up to about 30 cities. Just count real quick. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Port Spud is 14. 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Beef Burgers 24. 26, 28. Wow, exactly 30. Okay. Exactly 30. Probably would have been better to use this screen, by the way. So yeah, we got a lot of cities. We also have a lot of holy cities. We have the Christian holy city, the Jewish holy city, the Islamic holy city, and the Confucian holy city. If we take out Sitting Bull, we'll have 6 of the 7. Although we don't have shrines for all. Actually, we do have. No, we don't have the Islamic shrine, but we have shrines for all of the other religions that we have. So I feel bad about Fred. He was, you know, he was a good ally, but you know, we wanted his territory. We kind of bisected his territory in a weird way. So next up we'll be probably gearing up for the Native Americans, who are technologically behind. They do not even have gunpowder right now, so yeah. That would be another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It would be another 10 cities. I mean, at that point we can kind of do anything we want if we have that much. So this gets us to, I mean, after these cities regrow, we should have 35% of world pop. And Sitting Bull gets us to like 45% of world pop. Then we would just need probably a vote from Alex to win in the UN. Definitely if we could get Alex and Augustus to vote for us. That might be tricky though. I miss the days where you could just vote yourself the UN winner. I thought that was perfectly fine. I mean, it's basically like the Master of Orion thing. If you have enough population to vote yourself the winner, the game is over. There's no point in like dragging it out with other nonsense. All right, wow. Oh, and now we can probably get these great generals out of here. I have space. I'll have space on one of these galleons for them. Actually, I just built a galleon, or I'm going to build a galleon here out of Jameson Town. Maybe they can hop on board that. I think we want one great general medic, but I think the other one goes to our heroic epic city. Hey, workers! I'm gonna need you guys. I've got a mine for you to replace right here at the heroic epic city. I actually thought I was going to capture more workers. Well, J-Man will be our opponent. It's the top two in population. Like, and J-Man has the highest population by a country mile amongst the AIs. It's not close. Although it looks like when we got the world map, we were able to see what cities got captured. So this city got captured down there, and that must be where took a city. You do need to watch out, of course, for who the opponent is, but Portugal has the most population by a wide margin. It's really not close. If we have another Apostolic Palace vote, we'll be able to get an exact count, which I don't have right now, but trust me, Portugal definitely has the most population, and I don't think it's very close. All right, so you're going to need to heal somewhere. Maybe you just become the defender for this town. Why not? And then you can become the defender for this town. You are going to need to heal, though. Well, I'll move the two of you over to that spot. There's a medic healer in Fredfort. So we're going to need a lot of galleons to carry all these units. Yeah, this little city is not bad here. I mean, look, it's at... Oh, well, it's only 10 base production. I guess that's not as great. But, you know, +5 food per turn. Okay production, work the water tiles. Certainly could be a lot worse. Alright, now... I wanted to lumber mill this tile. Especially because railroad's in the process of completing. And you guys need to connect this, so we have coal. Have you guys come help with that? Alright, so this war is wrapping up. We'll take a couple turns to move everything into our territory. By the way, this war only lasted, didn't we start this on like turn 251? Was this really a 6-turn war? I think it was only 6 turns to do the whole war. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought it was very short. I thought it was only 6 turns for the whole war. So galleons, put you on a go-to order over there. We'll just have you go hang out with the other galleons. Yeah, that was 6 turns. Holy cow. So that I'm going to say that was a pretty efficient war. Again, I know it's the AI, it was rifles against cav, blah, blah, blah. Still, 6 turns is pretty good to take down all those cities. I really thought that that was effective in terms of like using both land units and the naval units. Like the frigates were important because they had to defend the galleons and also bombard defenses. Galleons helped us move units more quickly. The cavs were able to blitz in a number of situations. We also took advantage of the cannons in a bunch of situations. And the rifles were just there to, you know, knock out defenders and provide defenses. Freddy was weak, no question about it, but I think I played the war pretty well. So anyway, this is obviously a good place to stop today's session. We finished overrunning one of our... I was going to say rivals, but I don't think Freddy was really a rival. He was kind of an ally. Like, he was actually one of our allies, but anyway, we overran him. By the way, you guys, while we were in the middle of that war, look what happened. Dun dun dun! We finally got the Kells back here, back in our homeland, and that means that Vevictus is actually back to being a legitimate city now, instead of like a crippled place that can't do anything. We can even work that lumber mill tile now. So yeah, we actually have like a city there now. So that is a good place to stop. Let's just check in. We'll check in on where the AIs are on the tech tree. So the only techs people have that I do not have are stuff that's behind scientific method. I'm trying to see. So Toku doesn't have anything behind there that I need. He's missing physics. I think he may have picked up communism, because I don't see that as a research option for him. Oh no, wait, no, he doesn't have liberalism, so that's why it doesn't show up. Augustus has picked, he doesn't have, let's see, I think he may have picked up, no, he's gated off by liberalism, so he doesn't have communism. Biology, he could have biology though. Did he maybe go for an early biology? No, he doesn't have chemistry, never mind. J-Man has scientific method, and he has picked up physics, but he has not picked up anything beyond that. And Alex doesn't even have scientific method, and Sitting Bull's behind, so we're in good shape there. And then finally, we'll look at the demos and the bar graphs real quick. Let's look at the last 100 turns. So our score spikes enormously as we grab all the German cities. Accelerates past Portugal, who's been leading for most of the game. GNP, we've been leading in that category for a while, although not by a huge margin. Production, that's the golden age there. Looks like we finally caught Portugal there. Food, we have not yet caught Portugal, but I think we will after all these cities come out of resistance. Power, yeah. We were the weakest, and then we started our military buildup, and now we're not weak. Although it looks like Portugal's getting ready for another war. I hope we're not the target, but I don't think Portugal could reach us even if we were. Let's look at this open... Yeah, because Portugal doesn't have open borders with... I guess Portugal does have open borders with Augustus Caesar, so I guess technically... I guess he could walk, like, up here and all the way through here. That would seem an unlikely attack path. Now this poor city will finally stop being angry. Although I don't know if it's... I think it's still going to starve down one size permanently. I think it's going to lose that population point. I think I lost control of this tile too that I might have been able to work earlier. Oh well. Not critical or anything. And then in just the demos for right now, number 1 in GMP, number 1 in production, somewhat surprisingly. Still number 2 in food, but as I said, I think when the cities come out of resistance, that'll look better. 3rd in soldiers, number 1 in land area, number 2 in population. A poor approval rate, but that's generally a good sign. How would Kremlin factor in? I don't think Kremlin's going to factor in that much, just slavery will be more powerful. And we're going to do a civics change at the start of the next stream. I just didn't want to do that because I was wrapping it up. But thanks for watching, you guys. Let's go ahead and save this, and we will continue next time with part 6 of the Book of Kells, where we rebuild Germany. And wow, we're probably going to have to replace a bunch of these workshops. We don't need workshops. We don't need production here. We need commerce. But in the next one, we'll probably look to overrun our friend Sitting Bull, who's not actually our friend. And actually, everybody hates him. So. Oh, is that it? Oh, there's no unit there. That's part of the reason why it's unhappy. You're right. Well, we can put a drafty in there. I must have accidentally moved out the unit. Okay, well, we'll fix that next time. Thanks, guys. I will see you next week. Have a good one. See you soon. Take care.